Hello and welcome everyone to Hyper RPG. It's Monday night and this is the first issue of Valiant Vanquished, our new RPG show based in the Valiant universe. Now, for all those people watching and they're like, what the shit is this? I've never heard of it. It is a fairly new system. It's based on the Q system from Catalyst. And we're going to be using that system, but we have modified it a little bit with the help of Catalyst to make it a little bit more friendly for live streaming. But this system in general is pretty damn awesome when it comes to having a system for live streaming, in that it is a storytelling system. And we are going to be telling a pretty awesome story with our contestants. Not contestants, but basically, if you're letting me GM you, you're contestants. We'll see if you survive. That's the name of the game show tonight, guys. We have with us a wonderful cast. Why don't you guys go ahead and all introduce yourselves, but not your players yet, if you don't mind. We'll start with AJ, because everybody knows this guy.
So you want the player or you want the character?
I want the player. The character will let happen organically.
Well, I'm AJ Bolden. You guys know me from DFA, recently to Cease Beta. I'm also a programmer over at Hairbrain Schemes, sorry. Working on Necropolis.
Hey, I'm Liz. I am an associate producer in software. You quite possibly see me on Weekly Affirmations. I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Hey guys, I'm Scott. You can see me on Wednesdays on Rabbit Stew, where Zach and I talk about comic books. There you could also come if you have further questions about the Valiant Comics universe, Wednesdays at 1.
Hi, I'm Tara. I work for King Games, and I'm a board member at Geek Girl Con. And I was here during some fundraising events, so I'm excited to actually start an RPG game.
Hi, my name is Rosalind. I'm an engineer, and you might have seen me on Grab Bag here before.
Somebody in the chat room just said, wow, Scott without a beanie. This is the first time we've seen Scott without a beanie.
I know.
And somebody else said, wow, $100. Now, that is to remind you guys, now this is a little different tonight. A lot of our shows, we allow you guys to interact through donations and things like that. But tonight, the way we're going to be doing it, and every episode moving forward, unless you guys have better ideas, is we are going to be doing cumulative amounts based on the character of your choice. Now, the character names will be on the top of the screen, and based on the character that you want to support, you can give as little as $5, I think that's the minimum, and is up to 100. But when that character gets up to 100, and we have Emily off to the side keeping track of when donations come in, they will be rewarded with a plot point, which is one of these wonderful little tokens here. Plot points, the reason we had to set it at 100 instead of like Edge at 25 is they're pretty OP. Each character starts with 3 plot points per issue of our show, and those plot points can be used to do really awesome cool shit. They can be used to add a modifier to rolls, or they can use 2 of them to do a complete reroll. Now they only have 3, so if they were to use a reroll and then got in trouble later in the show and had no plot points left, they could possibly be in a lot of trouble. But plot points are kind of a great way to include some awesome storytelling from our players. Now, again, this is the Q system, which is based on improv storytelling. This is not your average or normal role-playing game. There is not a lot of rules lawyering. In fact, you can download the Quick Start PDF off of our website. It is very thin, very short. You can get through it really quickly if you want to know more about how this role-playing game works. And the big difference tonight, based on that, is I will be the lead narrator of this story, and these are our characters. Now, the show, or the game itself, asks that you do a rotation of lead narrators, but we will not be doing that for Twitch, just because it makes more sense to stick in character roles and move the story forward that way. The other announcement that I would like to make is you guys need to keep track of your favorite moments throughout the show, and at the very end of the show, you guys will be able to vote for who gets an event point. Now, event points are used to level up your character. You can get more powers. You can level up a power you already have. You can level up yourself. These guys are all starting at sidekick level, which is pretty much the lowest superhero level. They are hardly heroes yet at this point in our journey. So you will be able to vote on who you think should be getting an event point at the end of the night, and I will award an event point for who I think deserves one at the end of the night as well. It's just another way that I can create some sense of control in what will surely be a hard to control environment. Now, the one other thing, I said there was one, but there was actually 2. The other thing is, if we raise up to a total of $500 in the show tonight, we will do a giveaway at the end of the show where someone in our audience will be able to be an NPC in next week's episode and will show up in the game in some way, shape, or form, whether in a body bag or not. Who knows?
Wow.
To me. All right. So I think that's all the announcements. Does anybody else have any other announcements before we get started with this shit? I'm gonna take a drink of water first.
Before our death.
The impending doom.
So much
Power.
doom.
Ultimate power, guys.
It's gonna be a long night.
I'm so
I mean,
afraid
What's
right
in that
now.
water?
Just get started.
Drunk with power already.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
All right, you guys ready?
Okay.
Let's do this.
Volume 1, Issue 1, The Awakening. We begin our journey with Detective Thomas Cross, Seattle Police Department. Cross stands alone, isolated from the rest of the force, held up in the back corner of the station next to, most likely, a fire well, stairwell, no windows, pretty dark, pretty dank, pretty gross. Now, Cross has a collection of items on his desk that give us a little bit of insight into Cross himself. He stands with a cup of coffee in hand, looking down motionless at all of these memories and pictures that lie before him. One of which, a photo with local youth. Another, a wedding photo, but we do notice that there is no ring currently on Cross's hand. And the last picture, Cross accepting an award from the mayor of Seattle while in a wheelchair. Now, as noted previously, Cross is standing with a cup of coffee in his hand by some miraculous event. The other strange thing is that Cross is in fact talking to himself.
You know, my mother always was a fan of the poetry. You know, Langston Hughes, Rudyard Kipling, but her favorite was Paul Laurence Dunbar. He used to have a poem called Beware the Mask. Sometimes I wonder nowadays, are you the mask? Am I the mask? Fuck. I'm going crazy. I'm gonna go crazy on my terms. You're not gonna take over me. You're not gonna... I got tickets, and we're gonna be done with this. And we're gonna get back to our lives. You just... whatever you are. I got a job now, it's back to normal. I'm gonna live my life. And you're gonna... you shut up. Damn it.
Free from the bounds of space and time, we focus our attention on a motel located in the small town of Mount Home, Idaho, where a young adventurous woman going by the name of Erida has surrounded herself by newspaper clippings, books, screenshot grabs from YouTube, and a collection of files labeled PSYOPs. She holds in her hands a file that says,
Psyop Hospital, Idaho. Idaho. Okay, I have this file. I'm gonna put it between the other files from, let's see, Northwest Psyops.
housekeeping.
Hold on. Hi. So I don't need your help today. Thank you for coming by. So next time you come in, if you could just not touch my stuff, that would be awesome.
No towels?
No towels, no towels. Just, you moved my folders last time, and just don't touch the folders, please. I have them really particularly organized and filed.
Would you like me to change the sheets?
No, I don't need anything.
Miss,
Thank
no
you.
towels?
No, thank you. That's so kind of you.
Okay, goodbye. I'll be
Bye.
back tomorrow,
Okay,
okay?
but just don't touch my stuff.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Focus. Okay, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I have all the information I need. Let's just go over my checklist one more time. Water bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Notebook. Maybe I need 2 notebooks. We'll do 2 notebooks just in case. Photos organized, camera, film, and probably should bring a couple pens. Yes. Perfect. That should be enough. Maybe 3 notebooks. I'll do 3 notebooks just in case. And an extra sweater.
Unbeknownst to Erida, not too far up the road, or should we say under the road, rests Livia. She has set up a small cardboard fortress between concrete and dirt, right underneath US 26 overpass in Boise, Idaho. Empty cans of food and liquor surround her. She is pretty, well, she looks pretty shitty and pretty messed up. Yo, Livy!
Hey, Hank.
You got any more drink? I'm all out of drink.
No, I think I drank the last of it last night, actually.
I want some more drink, girl.
Oh, man, I wish I could help you. I only made like $5 up downtown last night.
Oh, which corner are you pushing?
Well, I tried the one, like right by that bar. Those people are so stingy, though. They take one look at you and they just kind of...
There's not enough white people there. You gotta go where the white people are.
I know.
Take that white money.
Have you been up to the soup kitchen on 5th today? They've got some pretty good chili.
They ain't got no drink.
Yeah.
I'm in for the drink.
Yeah. Well, maybe tomorrow or something we could go try and hit up. There's that club on like the corner of, what's it called? Where Jerry and his boys set up.
You already told me you were busy tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot.
What you doing anyway?
Nothing. I don't know. I think I might be gone for like...
I don't really care. Go find that drink.
Oh, fine.
I want that drink. You find me drink and we talk, Livy. We talk. I'll be friends with you
Alright.
all night.
Alright,
We hang out all
Hank.
night long. You find that drink. Until then, I don't really care.
Alright, Hank. You stay safe, okay?
All right.
Alright.
A crop duster flies overhead, and our attention is focused on an ancient but young man living out of time as he bends over in a rice field somewhere in northeastern Arkansas. The kind of place with a zip code and not much else. Alara, donning a poncho over the right side of his body to hide his disfigured and seemingly non-existent arm, is a Visigoth traveling to and from whatever job will take him without asking too many questions. Yo, Alara, there's a T-storm coming in. You want to call it a day?
Probably for the best.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good about this one.
Well, if you want, I can finish up here.
You do that?
Might be faster on my own.
Oh man, I really appreciate that. I didn't really want to do it anyway, but I appreciate all the extra work you put around here. It doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, thank you.
All right, well, I'm gonna get back. I'll get some hot stew ready for you, all right?
Okay.
But make sure you get inside soon. That one looks mean.
Yeah. Don't wait up.
All right, what time can we expect you tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know. Same time as usual, I suppose.
All right. I'm gonna get that soup. Take care of yourself, man.
You take care too.
Traveling to our final destination, we find ourselves at the law office of Special Assistant U.S. Attorney Rhea Eves in downtown Los Angeles. Her hands are bruised and shaking as she lifts her room temperature coffee mug, donning the image of her French bulldog unironically. Her face is bruised and beaten, but she herself looks strong and determined. Local news, acting as background noise, talks of continued construction downtown in Spring Street in Maine after the attacks that went on 2 summers ago by the alien life forms that invaded downtown Los Angeles. Miss Eves?
Yes.
I packed your bags for tomorrow morning and your flight is cleared, and I went ahead and got Petuna cleared for travel as well.
For the Thomas deposition?
No, this actually you're flying to Idaho tomorrow. You put it on the calendar?
Yeah. You have food packed for Petunia?
Yes, food's packed.
For
bags are
special
packed.
treats?
Yes, special treats. Most definitely. The little ones shaped
Peanut
like-
butter.
Yes,
The peanut
with
butter
peanut
ones.
butter. The red Kong, right? The red.
Yeah.
Green?
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, it's all packed. Thank you. Do you need anything else before I go?
No, that'll be
tonight?
enough.
That's it? Okay. Don't forget, you do have something on your, just says downtown at 9 p.m. tonight. You keep putting those on your schedule.
Yeah, don't mind that. That's
Okay.
just a self-reminder.
Okay, that's great. We travel now down to downtown Seattle Amtrak station. Detective Cross picking up some tickets. Sir, 1 ticket to Boise. Would you like to purchase a return ticket by any chance?
You know what? I'll figure that out when I get there. Certification.
Ah,
Certification to
and thank you for your service, by the way, to the city.
Thank you.
You've done a lot of good around here. It doesn't go unnoticed, that's for sure.
I appreciate that.
You helped out a nephew of mine last summer. He spoke highly of you.
Oh, that's really good. He's doing good. Is that Kenneth?
Yeah, actually that is. But he did. I didn't want to intrude, but he did mention that you were in a wheelchair, and I'm so happy that you're better. But
Shut up. Shut up.
Sorry?
Not you, sorry. No, sorry, that was just, I have an earpiece in for, cop business.
I thought that was just something they did in the movies. They actually
No.
detectives wear earpieces.
Just in case, you never know.
Oh, okay. But
I got some really good surgery. I'm better now.
well, God have mercy, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yes. We travel now to 40 West, somewhere in Texas. Following day, in the back of a pickup truck, Alara holds onto his hat, squeezed next between two, much like himself, migrant workers. Where are you headed?
Somewhere I can remain unnoticed.
I feel you. What'd you do?
Get a lot of good answers to that question?
I don't know, man. I mean, I figure if you're much like myself, I'm out here trying to go unnoticed too. I stole some shit, and I kind of had to leave town. Usually somebody wants to go unnoticed is because I did something. I'm just trying to relate as a person who sees myself in a similar predicament as you, out here, back of a truck, middle of the night. Figured you did something, right?
I imagine we have a lot less in common than you think, sir.
You don't have to be a dick about it, man. I'm just trying to, create friendly conversation. We in the back of the truck, at least. I mean, I don't know where you're headed, but I know I'm on here all the way to Nevada. I got lots of time on my hands. It's gonna get cold when we hit around, Arizona. That shit's gonna get cold. So we could talk, or you could just sit there and be real quiet, be a dick about it. That's cool. I don't care, man. Whatever.
I'm headed north. I feel a restlessness.
A restlessness.
Are you satisfied?
Shit. You ain't running for nothing, but you feel restless. All right, whatever. You got a hot piece of tail up there you're chasing. I understand. I won't ask any more questions about it. Man deserves his privacy. Fine. Motel, Idaho. Erida has taped numerous pictures and a map upon her room's wild bird decorative wallpapered surface. Those ones with like the turkeys and the pheasants, and I hate those things. Idaho. A gold star sticker is placed on a map where her current location resides. A red star sits just west of Mountain Home. Parallel to the star is a newspaper article with the headline, Sayat Terrorist Threat. Hospital destroyed. 253 presumed deceased.
Okay, I think I have everything I need. I have enough details and information. I need to go tomorrow. I need to stop putting it off. I need to go tomorrow. Let's just look over my checklist one more time. Water bottles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Notebooks, 3. 3 is enough. Let's make it 4, just in case. 4. We'll have 4. Camera.
How many notebooks was that?
4. We're up to 4.
Okay.
We have 4 notebooks.
4 notebooks, good.
Let's see. I should probably keep the folders here. I don't want to lose the information. Things can slip out easily, so we'll leave those here. And camera's ready. Extra film, batteries for my camera.
And now we travel to Adam and Crenshaw Boulevard, restaurant basement. Miss Eve stands in the middle of 10 to 15 men dressed in suits. She's wearing a tank top soaked in blood, business slacks, and loafers. The blood, though, is not hers. Across from her stands a man twice her size and twice as fucked up. I'm gonna ask that you roll for action. What you got?
An 8.
No, you
And
do
a
your
12. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, you
18.
don't even have to roll. We're good.
Unnecessary.
I already beat you.
We're good. How would you like to continue beating the shit out of me?
I'm thinking a nice body shot to the left side of your rib cage.
Left side of the rib cage. Miss Eve slams a right hook directly under my 5th rib on the left side. Feel myself coughing up blood, unable to breathe. I'm completely confused and unable to understand how this woman is continuing to destroy me in the ring. I spit blood. I'm not about to let a skinny bitch take me down. Roll for action. I swing for the right side of her face. You don't have to add them up. Is it higher than a 2? Is it higher than a 2?
Just a little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
great. I swing and I miss. Swing and I miss. I'm continuing to get more exhausted. How would you like to retaliate?
I'm thinking left jab straight to the nose.
Ooh, nice.
Left jab straight to the nose. Okay, roll for action.
Yeah.
What you got?
19.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're going
This
down.
is the problem with me being a GM. No one's keeping track, which is good, but that is 3 2s in a row. 3 2s in a row. Now, small note for the audience. In this game, you are allowed to have luck. You are allowed to have luck. This is part of the rules, no joke. Luck, if it lands on it, you are allowed to make that an automatic success. I chose my luck as 1 because I figured I would be trolling fate by choosing 1. I have now rolled 3 2s.
This is what happens when you troll fate.
Fate trolls
Trolls
you.
the. Yeah, exactly.
True.
The left jab lands immediately on my nose. I feel the middle of my nose break under the pressure, and the blood immediately start to fill up my inner sinus cavity. Spit blood down on the floor. I find my vision becoming extremely blurry. I would roll to retaliate, but I have lost all. I am left with no might and no ability to swing back. Would you like to finish me off? Or
Yes, please.
okay.
Yeah.
Roll for action, please.
May as well go down hard, right? Ooh,
Yes.
5.
Just barely. How would you like to land this final blow on me here?
Oh,
What's your luck?
I got luck.
Yeah, she got luck.
Oh, you got your luck. You got your luck.
Okay.
All right, hero. Why don't you go ahead and explain for me how you finish off this bare knuckle fight?
You're gonna do another hook right to your temple. You'll go down a little spinny to the ground.
So that hook lands right on my temple, and I literally spin, much like a cartoon character, a couple times, and I fall to the ground. Miss Eves does not stick around to celebrate. You see money exchanging hands in the restaurant. People seem confused and bewildered by what just took place, including myself. And Miss Eves hastily leaves the building because she does in fact have a flight to catch. 51 Highway West, outside of Mount Home, Idaho. Livia here walks aimlessly on the side of the road. A blue pickup truck pulls up next to you. Need a ride, sweetie?
Yeah. How far are you going?
I mean, I'm headed all the way out west from here.
I just need to go a couple towns down. I'll hop in the back. Thanks.
Upon hopping in the back of the truck, we see that, in fact, Alara is now transferred to the back of this truck as well. The two exchange glances and a little friendly conversation.
So where you headed?
I wish I knew.
That's cryptic.
I don't know a lot of. I'm not from around here.
No
But
kidding. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a braided beard. At least around here.
it meant something where I'm from.
Where's that?
Very far away. Somewhere I can never return.
Yeah, I heard that.
An old destructed building becomes visible just west of the Air Force Base they just passed. Yellow tape and debris
Friend?
forms some sort of a mound
Sir, up front.
Yes? Yeah?
I believe this is my stop. Would you mind that building over there? That's where I need to be.
Well, I'm not gonna drive through a fence, if you don't mind. I can drop you off on the side of the road here. You do know that place is just an abandoned building, right?
This'll do.
I'll get out here too.
Oh, alright. Got a couple lovebirds meet on the side of the road. Okay. Alright, you two have a good one, alright?
Yeah, thanks.
Enjoy
man.
yourself. Just as they're exiting the vehicle, standing there somewhat aimlessly, unsure of why they came upon this location, a black sedan Uber pulls up. Miss Eves exits the vehicle with a carry-on suitcase and her small black French bulldog inside of a red portable pet carrier. And almost immediately, a taxi arrives. Detective Cross exits, looking confused and slightly worried. The four of them all kind of glance at each other outside of this abandoned building, which is about 200 yards away in the distance on the other side of a 10-foot tall razor fence.
Evening, y'all. Pleasant night. Can I help you?
Perhaps. Do you know where we are?
Oh, yes, we're in a... looks like a Class D crime scene.
As the cab driver starts to pull away, he yells out the back, "Y'all hanging out next to a place a bunch of dead folks, you know that? You gonna do some fucking seance or some shit?"
I'm gonna flash my badge. It's like, it's okay, it's police business. Move along.
Alright, hotshot. Cool shit, whatever. You just best hope the Air Force don't catch you, they just right down the road and they always time doing patrols around here and shit, but... Alright. Later, weirdos.
Olivia just takes a step back. You're a cop. Okay?
Don't worry, I'm off duty. You can say I'm on vacation. Shut up. I'm on vacation right now.
Oh. Okay.
What brought you guys here?
Sightseeing?
I wish I knew.
Is that a dog?
Do not touch.
I can't. But I just want to pet it a little.
You stink.
I can't help that. Shit.
On the other side of the fence appears Erda with an old film camera in hand. Mind you, the other side of the fence.
Hi, over here. Were you guys interested in coming in? I could let you in.
Excuse me for a second. I'm gonna flash my badge again. This is a police investigation scene. I know it's a little outdated, but do you have authorization to be here?
Do you have authorization to be here?
Doesn't matter. I can call it in.
I assure you, I have a very respectable business being here. I was just trying to help you. What are you guys interested in this?
Enough
place
of this!
for?
I know not what this authorization or Class C or police investigation means, but yes, I've been drawn to this place, and I will accept your invitation inside.
Okay, I'll open the gate for you.
Ditto.
I go and open the gate happily. Hi.
Actually, if you're gonna go and open the gate, can you roll your intellect plus a d12 for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Just hold on a sec, guys. I figured it out this morning. I know I can do it again.
Lyra's a little confused.
Maybe it's in one of my notebooks. I wrote down some notes somewhere. Hold on.
Who are you people?
Just gonna check. Maybe I'm pretty sure I recorded how I got in here. She's gonna show off her books, looking in. I think it's in like the third notebook.
These guys are crazier than I am.
Can I re-roll that? Oh, here are my notes. Yes.
Would anyone else in the group have any ideas outside of just opening a gate to possibly get into the structure?
So, are there any holes we could climb under the fence? Is there barbed wire we could climb over?
There is definitely barbed wire. As far as holes are concerned, I mean, holes can be dug. There's not just a hole hanging out left over from a groundhog or some shit that you might see in a cartoon.
You know,
Is there there's like just a padlock?
There is no padlock. This is a magnetic lock fence.
Okay.
I could.
So there's nothing to break.
I mean, it is a chain link fence.
Climb over? Climb over. Why don't you try climbing over?
I'm not gonna get shredded on the top of that fence. Livy just starts looking for wherever might look like maybe another homeless person yanked up the fence to get to an abandoned building, and starts to try and hollow some dirt out so she can shimmy under.
Okay, go ahead and roll your intellect and a d12 for me.
Three.
Okay.
I swear, I
What's your-
didn't
what's your
let
lucky
Zach
number?
touch my dice.
These are my lucky dice.
Luckily,
All right.
for you, it's a 5
That's
on
not
9.
boding well.
So you still fail. Livia leaves the group and starts walking up and down the sides of the road looking for holes and talking out loud to herself, mentioning other homeless people that she knows that may have come through this area and how they, in fact, would have gotten underneath and most likely found an entrance to this location.
Does anybody else want to try finding a hole?
Can I try to cover myself as I try to break the whatever locking interface we're looking at?
Are you saying that you would like to find a way to sneakily use your power unbeknownst to the rest of the group?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you to roll for your power and add
How close am I to
add
this?
your intellect to that.
I'm still looking at my notebooks, so I'm distracted.
Yeah.
Just those and not the D12?
I'm taking care of that.
No, you can add the d12 as well.
Oh, nice.
16.
Why is he laughing? It's never a good thing when the game master laughs. Stop laughing.
Alara looks around the room, or not the room, the location, seeing if anyone might not notice him. He takes his right arm, shielded with a poncho, the nub, as far as you all know, and tries to shove his way through the gate. And to you guys, it just looks like he's taking his hurt arm and continuing to slam it up against this. It might confuse and worry some of you for this man that you do not know to be basically throwing his stump into a magnetic fence.
Sir, you alright?
I think so. I don't know why. I must get inside this building.
Well, is it working?
I just made a
Would
call.
any of you have any possible good ideas that might involve a plot point? Next time I would recommend maybe using a plot point when you tried to roll for your first use of your power, just because. Oh, you.
I'm calling Santos.
What's that?
I'm calling Santos. Is a kid, about 17 years old. Got out of a couple of bad spots. He got into picking. He got into some high crime, but I managed to turn around before I got shot.
So you call Santos.
Yes.
This is a guy who lives in the
Seattle.
city. And where?
He lives in Seattle. But the thing is,
Oh, he lives in Seattle.
yes.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm going to go to Maglock. I'm looking for identification numbers, and I'm going to look for general make and model of this particular electric fence.
So you're calling this man to give you information on the lock
Yep.
for you to be able to break in.
Yes.
Okay, that's some police work there. I'm going to go ahead and have you roll your charisma for me.
Okay. Charisma's D8. And it's a D12. Well, you know, look.
Oh. Okay, well, Santos seems to have some very pertinent information for you. This is a great start, by the way, to have this. It's not a door, it's just a fence. So every group has to have their door. Right off the bat, we've got our door. So the rest of the group seems astonished by Detective Cross's resourcefulness and ability to call up a past criminal who just happens to have the knowledge that is needed in a very convenient plot point way to get into this specific brand of magnetic locked gate. The rest of the group follows Detective Cross in. How would you all like to proceed?
Don't touch anything.
Detective Cross, do you associate with a lot of criminals?
He is a cop.
I try to show them a better way. Most criminals think they have no choice. They're not really criminals at all. Usually they're just kids. Do you owe me a favor?
That was very nice of him to help you in. I'm sorry I couldn't find my notebook.
You shouldn't be taking advantage of your power like that.
He was doing him a favor. He was just being nice, and you guys are all in here now, so do you want to go look at what I found so far? I'm assuming we're all here for the same reason.
What is this?
What's your reason?
Oh wait, do you guys not know what this place is? Oh, well,
A drug hangout? Like,
not exactly. So, we are in the location of a once hospital. The media would have you believe that, well, newspapers and such, reporters, would have you believe that this place was destroyed by terrorists, Psyop terrorists.
Hold on one sec. Alara, can you roll intellect for me?
All right. 9.
He has absolutely no idea what you were talking about.
Sorry. It looks like you're confused. How can I help you?
Where are we?
I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so again, media would have you under the impression that this place was destroyed, which was once a hospital.
Who are this media?
Anyone can help me out with this? I'm not sure how to get through to him.
it's a TV, man.
The news.
I don't.
Newspapers? Hold on. I have a clipping in one of my notebooks. Like this.
Hold on. Alara, can you roll intellect for me, please?
Okay. 13.
You can't read.
Oh no.
I don't. What are these symbols?
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Hey, man.
So,
Do you know what news is?
I know what the news is. I don't know what this newspaper
That's what
means.
she's talking about.
thank you. So yes.
Your heralds told you.
Yes.
You are from far away.
Yes.
Understood.
With
Harold.
psychopaths.
So, yes, this was once a hospital. It was destroyed. Supposedly, 253 people were killed here, but I don't think that's the case. I've been doing some research.
Can we speed this up?
You don't want to look at my research?
No.
I mean, I've been putting a lot of I have.
The point.
While they're
Okay.
debating all of
So-
this, Livia is just gonna head into the hospital and start looking around.
Okay, this is a field that is filled with lots of debris and sharp objects and heavy materials and police barriers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and have you roll for might if you're just going to move forward without the group.
Uh-oh.
That's your D12 plus your might.
16.
You got your luck.
Nope. Oh, I got my luck. Yeah.
All right, there we go. So you move forward without the rest of the group. You guys continue talking.
I think I'm gonna follow suit because I don't. I just don't.
Alara looks around very confused at these two, what we would know to be very intelligent women and what he would know to be women speaking an entire other language that is probably about cooking and other things that women speak of, as he
Making children.
follows Livia, concerned that a fellow woman might be leaving the group and moving on by herself.
Okay, so apparently they're not interested in my research either. So I'll
Like
boil
to
it
the
down.
point.
Boiling it down. I don't think it was the Psyot attack. I think it was the Project Rising Star who destroyed this building.
Project Rising Star. Who are they?
They are mercenaries that kill Psyots. People hire them, they kill them. They hate them.
So you're saying that
This was a hospital that was built to help Psyots. There's nothing bad going on here.
So you're telling me that mercenary group has legal domain to open fire in the United States of America?
I didn't say it was legal.
There's no way that's accurate.
Look, I don't know the police working in Idaho, but if there's anything to do with heavy weapons fire, that's going to be federals. It's going to be U.S. Let's see. It's going to be DEA. There's going to be U.S. firearms. It's gonna be FBI. They're not gonna let a terrorist organization through like that.
I don't know about guns. I don't like guns. I'm just letting you know what I have discovered in my research.
Erda, could you go ahead and roll an intellect for me, please?
Beep, beep, what's my intellect?
Plus a d12.
Oh, lucky number.
Okay. While you're talking, you notice in your notebook that it is in fact Project Rising Sun and not Project Rising Star.
Oh.
And you correct yourself because you definitely don't
Stars
want
and
someone
sun.
to
Absolutely. Sorry, guys.
to come back on you later and correct you because that would definitely not be good for you. Now, as the three of you continue talking about what might have happened at this hospital, two of you have moved forward into the facility and you come to one door that is still standing, which appears to lead to some underground place, and a couple other doors that are standing to an above ground place. You come to a fork in the road. Which direction would you like to go?
I'm thinking we should stay above ground.
I'm gonna go whichever direction she doesn't go.
We're splitting up. Smartest move ever.
I'm just kind of wandering around. I have
but
no
if-
desire to be looking with anybody.
If Livia starts
For
seeing
answers.
him going in another direction, she doesn't really want to be alone here, and he seems kind of
There we go.
okay, so she's gonna just
So
follow
this
him.
is just going to be a feedback loop.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for some privacy where I don't have to worry about hiding.
Okay, so
I can look on my own.
Hey man, I could keep this up all day.
you want to explore this facility. You would like to trail him. Okay.
Let's stick above ground for now.
Alara, since you seem to be leading the way, can you go ahead and roll? So you would like to go? Well, you need to tell me which way you're going to go. Are you going to go?
We'll stay above ground for now.
You want to go above ground? Okay.
Yeah.
These double doors have been chained.
Okay.
This is an offense, but it is a door, mind you.
Okay. I would like to try to break the chains.
You would like to break the chains. How would you like to try to break the chains?
I'm going to start by using all my might.
Using your might. Okay. You want to go ahead and roll your might plus a d12? I don't need to hear it. You succeed. So
What?
what you did was didn't roll a 2. So
It's true.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. So,
so these chains do appear have been there for now a little while and have rusted through the weather and looks like they may have survived through a winter and then a spring and had a freezing and thawing that has made them weak, and he is able to reach down and break the chains off of the doors and continues his way inside, where Livia now follows suit. We check in now on our other 3 new companions that seem to be somehow getting along quite well.
Sort of.
I think I'm gonna
So,
head in.
oh, okay. I'll follow you.
Okay.
Are you coming?
Just give me a second. I just
Wait
need a
for
moment.
I don't think so.
Should we wait for him?
No.
But it would be the
The
nice
door's
thing to do.
already open.
But I
Yeah.
mean, we can't leave him by himself.
No, that's not right.
How can you be so
No, I'm the cop here.
I'm gonna go with you. Let's
Yeah.
go. I can just go. Just go. It's fine.
So are you saying that you two would like to...
We're just gonna walk ahead slowly,
You're going to walk ahead slowly, leaving
giving him some
Detective
privacy.
Cross.
Just a little bit of privacy.
To converse.
If I could roll better, I would most definitely kill you guys tonight. But
Rude.
Something's not adding up. I'm just gonna take a look around before I head in.
you take a look around.
Should we
Yeah.
wait for him at the door? We should probably
Okay.
wait
Do you
for
want to
him.
roll intellect for me?
Yes, I'm looking specifically for the fact that we just got into a magnetic lock through a decrepit and unused crime scene.
Yes.
That's never done before. That means either no one leaves a crime scene like this. Not with that, like that lock over there. That's a lot of money.
Okay.
Someone obviously doesn't want something in, so I'm looking for valuables, cameras, anything that's gonna say that this is not good. Double luck.
Ooh.
Okay. We're going to have a roll off here because I rolled luck as well. That was a 1.
What? Roll off.
So a 1. From a 2 to a 1. This is
For the
going
record,
great.
for everyone that knows DFA, my lucky number's 2. That'll be a 16.
Upon looking around on the outside, we'll say the southwest corner of the building, you can see now that Miss Rhea Eves and Arida have started making their way in towards the two-door system that our other companions have seemed to have lost themselves. As you make your way around the back of the building, you find a generator that does in fact have power running through it, which seems pretty odd to you considering that this location appears at first glance to be completely abandoned.
I'm going. Ladies, wait.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Go ahead and roll charisma for me.
Charisma. D12. 6 is 13.
They ignore anything you have to say because they're kind of freaked out by the way you talk to yourself, and they continue forward into the facility. Would you guys like to move forward through the now broken double doors or through the door that seems to appear to go underground?
Double doors.
The broken ones?
Yeah.
I'll follow her.
Okay. So you can see only about 100 yards away, you hear Livia and Alara having a conversation about the things they see around them.
What do we see around us?
You see that there are a bunch of old, destroyed computers. It appears that a lot of weight came down on this location. Most of it has been removed, though somewhat of a roof remains. You are able to see that many spots were caved in and gone completely destroyed. There are burn marks. There are some sort of strange blue kind of energy streaks kind of thing across the wall. They don't appear like paint. And there are most definitely lots and lots of locked filing cabinets.
What did your research say this place was again?
A hospital.
I'm gonna ask you if you know what any of this stuff is, cause I don't.
Well, I mean,
What are these strange devices?
it's a computer.
A what?
It's a thing that, like, a lot of people have. I don't know. I've never really, like, touched one.
I don't
She
know.
kind of
Not
touches
sure how
one.
to explain it to him.
She touches one of the
Just touches. Yeah.
just touches one of the broken computers.
Yes.
Can you roll your intellect for me, please? When you touch the computer, an entire wall crumbles in front of you, causing everyone to jump and scream, running towards you to see if everything is okay.
I'm okay. Are you okay?
What
Dad,
happened?
are you okay?
No, I'm good.
What did you do?
How did
How did you do that?
I mean,
What did you touch?
the computer thing? I think the computer thing?
No one touch anything anymore.
Is Cross in here with us?
No.
No.
Can we
This
just...
building seems unsafe. Would the three of you like to wait outside while I search for answers?
What? No, I want to see what's in the first of all, who are you guys?
What
Can we,
makes
like,
you qualified?
Can we just take a step back for a second? Again. I mean, we haven't even introduced ourselves.
Excuse me.
I'm Erida.
My name is Alara.
Alara?
Of, I believe they call it Nebraska.
You believe they call it.
Nice to meet you, Alara of Nebraska.
The pleasure is mine, ma'am.
Oh, well, he's so polite.
I'm Olivia.
Hi, Livia.
Hi, Erida.
Rhea. I'm Brea.
Thank
What's
you.
your dog's name?
Petunia.
Oh, he's so cute. She's so cute. Sorry.
I take a step back from the dog.
What, you don't like dogs?
Maybe he's allergic.
So, perhaps we should just try opening the filing cabinets. Just go for it. I would like to try to open the filing
Ladies?
cabinets. Oh, hi.
Anyone there? Yeah?
Yeah?
From outside of a hole in the building, you can kind of look out and see that Detective Cross is about 30 feet away across some rubble, yelling for you across the kind of like a little...
Can we see him?
You can see just about the top half of him over the rubble.
Does anybody else think that guy might be on crack?
Definitely multiple personalities.
You never know what kind of situation somebody comes from. Who, he might.
Hi, cop man.
You, ma'am.
What? Me?
By chance, did you turn on the generator while you were here?
I don't know what a generator looks like.
Big, yay tall, you use a pump crank, or
Don't
gasoline?
know what that is.
At last, something we have in common.
I've heard of it. I just don't.
I immediately am going to my sidearm and pulling out
Whoa!
a taser.
I step in front of all of them.
No, not.
I don't know if you can see that. You can only see his
Okay.
head.
Alright, a generator is a means of supplying electricity to a location without being on the grid. It usually runs on gasoline. That means that someone else has been here the last couple hours and is probably still here. You don't keep those things running. Just be careful.
Okay, so can we check the filing cabinets now? Anyone?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open a filing cabinet.
You're just gonna open a filing cabinet.
Yeah.
I
what
point
we
to it.
hope.
Can you open?
Yeah, I'm just gonna open one and see what's inside.
I really should call
Okay,
this in.
can you roll intellect for me, please?
Okay.
It's gonna go awesome. It's gonna be great.
8.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad.
You, Alara reaches down to one of the filing cabinets. There is a large circular rotary lock on the filing cabinet, and he grabs the handle and pulls and pulls and pulls, and nothing happens, and he seems very confused as to why this contraption of a door will not open.
Why is everything in this damn building locked?
Because it's a hospital. Privacy concerns, medical records that
Hey, are you with us now?
Yeah,
Oh, you're with us now.
Climbed
Okay.
over the rubble.
But you're still through the hole.
Okay, you're with
What
us.
are you? We should go.
That's
we should
right.
call the police now. Because if somebody's saying that means they're there illegally.
Are you yelling this across
Yes.
the... Okay, can you
Across
go ahead
the
and roll
rumble
charisma for me?
I don't think it's gonna work on these people.
Well, you're on crack.
They're kind of crazy. 19.
Wow.
So Detective Cross gets a little bit frustrated with the group continuing to ignore him, and he raises his voice and yells across the courtyard.
We need to get out here and call the authorities. Someone is here legally other than us. Then that usually means vagrants, but vagrants don't carry gasoline on them.
I can vouch for that.
The rest of the group definitely takes this into consideration and has a discussion about whether or not they should proceed with his plan or call the authorities to some sort of event that could be going down here.
I'm still trying to figure out why you guys are here to begin with.
I'm looking for evidence showing what this place was and why people would want it destroyed.
I do
So
not.
I would really like the filing cabinets or any kind of information we can find on people that were here. Because supposedly 253 people were killed, but I just am not sure about that. I've seen lots of YouTube videos. I've been
Again-
camera court.
If there's someone coming, like maybe we should leave.
I do not seek to add more faces to this group. I think there's plenty enough of it as it is.
Do I see anything? Can we just do a quick look? Is there anything file that had been left out?
Not on this floor.
Can we just do a quick look down below? Really quick. Just quick
Back down to
peek.
the other stairs.
Yeah.
Detective Cross, how would you like to proceed now that you have proclaimed your worries and no one continues to listen to you?
I mean,
I guess I kind of join those crazy guys. You shut up.
we can leave as soon as I take one more look. Just one more look. I didn't get to go downstairs.
Ma'am, if this is a real proper crime scene, which is looking less and less likely, all this should be cleaned out anyway. It should be going into insurance files, into proper legal channels, but something isn't right. So
Why are you even here?
I really
Why? I don't know. I kind of get why you're here, but does anybody know, why you're here?
No. I felt a pull. I've been traveling for the past few months aimlessly, and then one day I just felt this urge to go only one direction. and I found myself here on this day with the four of you. And frankly, it is angering me.
I don't know. I need some time off from my job, and I don't know, something about Boise sounded good, and I don't know, I saw this on the way over to my hotel, and I don't know, curiosity struck me. Something's not right about here, and I just wanted to find out.
Can I have you go ahead and roll intellect for me? And charisma, actually. I'm gonna have you roll both.
Look. And what's the other one?
Okay. Charisma.
Charisma. Okay, that'll be D8. Look.
Oh my gosh, you are super lucky tonight.
No, I'm super unlucky. That's why I picked the 2.
The group starts to realize that in this situation where they're all unsure of how they got here and why, and that this location is in fact possibly quite dangerous given that it collapsed under the touch of one computer key, Detective Cross's humble explanation and professionalism convinces the group that they should probably follow his lead.
Okay. All right, sir.
Alright, so this place is unsound. It's being used somewhere. So if there's anything going on here, it won't be on the surface levels. Those crates over there, I could break into it in 2 seconds. They're probably empty. If there's anything, either it's going to be behind a safe or it's going to be behind a firewall of some sort. There's a power going down somewhere. I say we follow that. And then, can we leave?
Yes, absolutely.
If it provides answers, I will join Mr. Cross.
Thank you. Detective Cross.
Thank you, Detective.
Detective, your first name?
No, Thomas is my detective is my rank. I'm a police officer.
It means he has power.
Can I go ahead and have Alara roll intellect for me, please?
Okay. Luck.
That's your luck.
All right. So,
The rest of the group is somehow now taken back and amazed at the fact that Alara has somehow known that Detective Cross's name was in fact Detective Cross, and he has apparently some connection to this place that is giving him information, not just like his pull to get him here, but information on the rest of the group as well, somehow, quite amazingly.
I know your name. Why do I know your name?
Why do you know my name?
I wasn't gonna ask. I figured you guys must have met before.
What's your last name? Alara, is it?
I don't have last names where I come from.
You have a
Nebraska?
green card, visa, anything like that?
No. Visa? I do not know what these words mean.
Aliens.
I thought we were getting out of here.
Yeah, let's do the thing and let's go.
Yeah.
After this, we'll have some talking to you and I. Not you.
So, is the group? Would the group like to proceed downstairs? Is that
Yes.
the
I'm
plan?
gonna follow Detective. Mr.
Okay.
Detective.
I will lead the way with a taser.
The detective leads the way with a taser, and they make their way out of the first floor. Nothing but destruction laying in their wake, and they come outside of the building again once more, and do a quick look around of the area. Nothing seems strange at all in any way, and they surprisingly are able to open the door to the basement, unlocked.
Is that weird? I feel like this is weird. Everything else was locked.
This is pretty weird.
It means that someone's probably down there.
Oh.
If someone's down there, then maybe we shouldn't be down there.
It is foolish to curse good fortune. I go through.
No! Wait, let's talk about this more.
Oh, sheesh.
Alive, Nebraska!
I'll let him lead.
Don't yell! Come back. How far are you? How far are you? Are you just like charging ahead?
If the door is unlocked, I'm thankful, and so I'm gonna pull it open.
Oh gosh. Mr. Detective, what would you suggest we do in this circumstance?
If we were seeing irrational peoples, we would probably leave, but I gave him that up a long time ago. Let's just make sure this guy doesn't get killed.
I don't... Killed? What? Why are we talking like that?
Look, you just said that Project Rising Star. No, sorry.
Sun.
Project Rising
Sorry.
Sun.
I wrote my notes down wrong.
Was a mercenary group who just committed domestic terrorism.
Right?
They abandoned the site 2 years ago, yet there's still a power generator. and possibly steal supplies
Wait a
that were
minute,
not
I
confiscated.
never said when this came from. I never said 2 years. Oh, did you look at my notebook?
I'm sure you said two. No, I don't. I don't know.
Okay, anyways, details. So, you're saying that there's probably something dangerous in there, and you're saying we should go in.
I'm saying we should make sure that Alara doesn't get
Yes, so
himself.
they're all suspicious about the lock. I am not, and I go through.
You just make your way forward.
Go, and
Being
I
this-
thank good
this
fortune
strong-
for this open lock.
Stupid man that you are.
Yep.
You just decide to push through. Alara decides to leave the rest of the group and make his way down the hallway. Its lights flicker. It's dark, cold. It seems like you are on a slight slant, moving ever slowly underground. 100 yards, 200 yards. How does the rest of the group proceed?
I'll take the lead. I don't think that taser is going to do much for us.
It's best I get. Alright, coming along.
Miss Eves would like to lead the group following Alara down the tunnel.
Yeah.
How much distance do you say is probably between you and Alara?
We'll go with 40 yards-ish.
Okay.
Can hear him, can't.
All right. As you continue down the long hallway, Alara, you find yourself finally coming to a slight bend in the room, and then it goes down even deeper under the ground. Would any of you like to roll intellect to possibly know a little bit more about the things that surround you?
Why, yes, I would.
Can we all roll into
Yeah.
If you would like to.
Roll?
Which is basically the same as perception sometimes.
17.
Oh, nice.
12.
12.
7.
Okay.
7.
I'm a detective. I detect.
Detective Cross starts to look around and notice that though the lights flicker, there are wires running through the top of the building. These wires are in fact RCA cables usually typically used for some sort of monitoring or security cameras. He doesn't see any currently at this location, but he is following the wires as you go deeper and deeper into the facility. Miss Rhea Eves continues marching forward, a little too confident and a little too proud to think anything strange of the current proceedings, and Livia is just Livia and is just being Livia about it and seems to be thinking thoughts somewhere in the head of hers. And Erida seems to find some things a little confusing that don't match up too well with her notes. In her notes, there is definitely no listing at all anywhere of some sort of underground facility underneath the hospital, nor do the blueprints of the hospital that she collected from the local county clerk show any sort of underground layer of any sort.
So, this isn't supposed to be here?
Maybe this is a...
I have looked at these blueprints for weeks. This is not anywhere listed.
This is looking like a lot of the criminal scenes that I've seen before. Maybe the hospital was a cover.
Oh my god.
A hospital being covered. That's an expensive
Okay,
cover.
this is getting a little deep. Little deep.
Alright, at this point, we find the bearded man, we get him out, and we call the proper authorities. That's what we should do. Where is he at? Oh, he's running ahead
I
again.
don't even know if we should be in here. This is not part of my plan. I wasn't expecting this. This is not in the blueprints. This should not even exist.
Hey, science girl. Breathe.
Thank you. I'm fine. How are you?
Fine.
Great. So, let's collect Alara from Nebraska. Of Nebraska. Is it of Nebraska? Is that like his last name? Let's get him and just leave. Let's just go back and we can gather ourselves.
I'm continuing on.
Alara seems to be moving at a pretty brisk pace. He has
Oh, God.
rounded the corner out of you guys' sight now, and he's come to 2 double doors which have markings on them that even Alara's primitive brain can understand as warning and keep out.
Can I shout back? Will they be able to hear me?
Oh god.
What would you like to shout?
Erida, there's a door with your strange symbols on it.
Oh god. He's yelling my name. Oh god. Okay. Mr. Detective, what do you think we should do?
But yeah, basically I'm just gonna wait.
Pull
for him
him
to catch
away. I'm gonna start calling the authorities now. I'm gonna check my phone for reception.
We're not gonna have reception down here.
Can you roll intellect for me?
Sure thing. 14.
I'm going to use one of my 3 plot points in this instance. Upon pulling out his phone, Detective Cross realized that not only does he not have reception, but his phone is flickering, and the buttons can continue to flash. This is an old Nokia phone, by the way. You don't roll.
It's not
This is a BlackBerry Nokia hybrid kind of thing, probably some sort of off-market model. The buttons usually would light up. The screen's got a little bit of an LCD screen in it, but not much. You're not really that great with tech in the first place. But as you pull out your phone, you notice that it is flickering, and that it's not only that there's no reception, but something in this building is keeping you unable to use your phone.
Grab him, and we need to go right now. I got no reception. That means if something bad goes on, we can't get any backup here.
We've made it this far. Why don't we just go one step further?
You see this? I'm gonna show her my cell phone. Do you really want to go into a place that does this to a phone?
Not a phone?
Have they caught up to me yet?
Not yet. Okay.
Why don't we just grab a lot
2
of
years ago,
Nebraska?
this
We
was
can't-
the greatest thing I could get for free upgrade.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Come on,
it's
let's
a great
just-
phone.
let's just go
go
get-
grab him.
The guy.
Let's just get him, and then we can figure out what's going on.
Do I see anything of note that I should be taking pictures of, by the way?
Do you answer his question? Do you yell back at him down the hallway, or do you
No, I don't
continue
yet.
moving forward to try to just come upon him?
I don't want to yell, so I'm just going to.
Continue.
Alara continues yelling up the hallway.
I'm trying to whisper.
Thomas Detective Cross, I need your help.
I'm gonna start running now and going, be quiet. Shh.
Look at these markings. It looks dangerous past here. You and I should go first.
Alara, proclaiming that him and Cross should go first,
Oh no.
notices that as he's saying this, the doors start to automatically open
Oh God.
very slowly, as if there is power controlling them, but not enough to do so quickly and efficiently like it should. There has been obviously some damage done to this building. As the doors open, you realize behind it are facilities that look somewhat like a hospital, but things have been destroyed. How do you proceed, Alara?
Push open the door.
Okay, you want to roll might for me?
I'm gonna try to put my hand on his arm, and just try to pull him back.
Oh, you're not there yet.
Oh, not yet? Oh, God.
Still not there.
5.
5?
Uh-oh.
So the door doesn't move.
The door does not move, and the rest of the group has now made their way right behind you. As Alara struggles with the door, trying to open it, he has found many things today that refuse to listen to his raw, man-like power.
I don't like it.
He seems somewhat embarrassed as the women come upon him and tries to cover for himself and make some sort of excuse.
I grab my camera. My being scared is overrun by my curiosity of what's behind, so I start taking pictures.
Years of aging must have held this door shut.
Can I sneak in? I just want to take a quick picture between.
Don't go in there.
No,
You
just a
should
sliver. I just want to get a really quick picture.
I'll take a step to the side.
Take a photo.
Okay.
Is there a flash on that?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of freaked the fuck out when I see that bright ass flash. What was that?
I'm just gonna
Did you
go
create
ahead
that?
and Alara, can I have you roll for intellect again for me,
Yeah.
please? Alara, upon seeing the flash, quickly turns around and runs the other direction, slamming his head into a wall.
Oh my God! What just happened?
Alara, can you go ahead and knock
Poor
1 point of
idiots.
armor off for me, please?
This is going great.
Best party ever.
I would also like to let our players know that, Erida, you have 2 extra plot points, and Rhea has an extra plot point as well. Assistant, could you hand these to the players, please? Don't look at me like a fucking idiot. Get out of here. How does the rest of the group respond?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and step in front towards the door.
You step in front towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Can
going
you check
to.
on him really quick? Make sure he's all right. While he's doing that, I'm gonna look over Rhea's shoulder with a flashlight just to see if there's anything in there, since we've already made all the noise.
Okay. Detective Cross looks around as the door. Now, mind you, the door is slowly opening, so the hole continues.
Oh, it's
Continuing
still
to
opening.
open.
It's
Okay.
still opening. Alara was just impatient and was trying to open a door that was very clearly stated to be slowly opening.
I'm gonna be, by the way, mostly just staring at that flashlight until he turns it off. That's basically all I'm gonna be doing.
So, Alara sits on the floor now, looking up at Detective Cross's flashlight with. I mean,
You worked on.
well,
Yes.
maybe he's a little confused and, like the rest of the group, a little bewildered that Cross seems to be losing his mind using a flashlight in a building that was already stated to be well lit and lights flickering. Detective Cross maybe is hearing voices in his head again, telling him to do things that seem a little unusual to the rest of the group. Miss Eves has somehow put herself in the front of the group and would like to now move forward.
Yes.
So
Just open enough.
just open enough for you to move through the door.
Yeah.
Okay. I will definitely allow that because we don't want to be stuck by doors all day. Miss Eves continues her way through this very empty and broken down facility. The lights have a kind of sodium nitrate green to them, the kind of street lamps you find in a part of town that hasn't been touched for 30 years. The lights continue to flicker. There's hospital beds that have been burned. All sorts of sharp tools line the walls. And can I go ahead and have everybody roll a might for me?
Oh no. Are you sure you want it to be might that you want us to roll?
Nine.
16.
12.
11.
8.
For some reason, the group seems completely unfazed by all the terrible things around them. Almost as if they've seen or experienced something like this before at one point in their lives. The average human being or person would probably be reacting with great panic or worry given the situation, but our group seems somehow not necessarily comfortable, but almost as if, deja vu, I guess is the right word for that.
I'm not comfortable. I'm pretty much freaking out.
Okay.
I'm not happy. This is really deep. Way deeper than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know what I've gotten into.
Can someone please shut her up?
I'm sorry. Sometimes I talk
Calm
to
yourself,
myself.
woman.
Excuse me?
No.
Alara of Nebraska. I'd prefer if you referred to me as my name, please.
Is
Call me by my name.
Is woman not accurate?
That is my gender, sir. That is not who I am.
Very well.
Erida is my name.
Calm yourself, Erida.
Thank you. I am calming myself.
You're getting hysterical.
I'm not hysterical.
You're a little hysterical.
I'm not hysterical.
a little
I'm just not ready for this.
I would like to use one of my plot points. Miss Eves, in hearing this conversation, decides to clock Alara in the right side of the face, surprising Alara greatly, not necessarily hurting him, but surprising and frightening him at the same time.
You strike well, woman. I don't know what I did to deserve that.
I'm going to go ahead and use my last plot point. Miss Eves then follows up with her, we're going to say that first one was a left because she was being generous. And
Yeah, a little pop.
can you go ahead and, can you roll your action die? Can you roll your action die for me, please?
I'm just gonna get out of the way. Okay, you guys maybe should not be fighting right now. Not the best time to fight. Oh god.
15.
13.
Any of you lucky?
Eves decides to swing with her right this time, obviously to Alara, now that he has been made fully aware of her ability to strike very fiercely, manages to back up and with his working left arm, grab her fist as she tries to swing at him.
We must cease this violence.
Yes.
I'm angry, you're angry, we are all here for answers.
Better luck next time, I guess.
No, next time. No, like,
Oh, there's going to
no,
be a
you
next
got- it's-
time.
We're fine.
I'm gonna walk away and just kind of be a little confused as to why that just happened.
I kind of like you.
Oh my god, I'm here with psychopaths.
You're one to talk to yourself.
It wasn't nice.
Is there any computers in here? Anything of that nature?
Can you roll intellect for me, please?
Sure thing. 16.
Okay. Detective Cross, much confused by all the bickering and, well, in his eyes, very childish behavior of the rest of this group that he's somehow been forced upon, starts to take his flashlight for no reason.
Still has
and
his flashlight on?
I never said I turned it off. Apparently.
shine his flashlight into these hospital rooms as he makes his way down. He finds one computer towards the end of the hallway that is on, which looks like a Windows Me operating system that you would find in this kind of medical facility because for some reason they just refuse to update.
This feels eerily familiar. Alright, is it in password locked or anything like that, or is this open?
It's just open. Just on.
I'm gonna go to root and see if there's what type of menus there are for here.
You're gonna what?
I'm just gonna open the base menu to see what options there are.
The base menu?
Yeah, just like
The start button?
yes.
You would
I
like
don't
to-
know. Sometimes these hospitals have actual
Detective
software.
Cross clicks the start button on the Windows Me machine, and he sees in front of him options such as My Computer, Run Program, MS Paint, and Internet
So
Explorer.
this is an administrator's computer. It's not actual hospital computer with hospital software.
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna just see my documents and start seeing if there's this.
He opens up a folder called My Documents, and he sees a couple temp files that were produced by some sort of medical software that is no longer on the computer. He tries to open these temp files. Can you roll intellect for me?
Sure thing. 8 and 3. That's 11.
Is he doing this in the room we're all in?
No, he's in
He's
his room.
moved a little bit in front of you as you guys are continuing to argue, and
Okay.
you can see him. It's not like it's kind of an open room with just a lot of hospital beds, and there's one computer station in the back that has been.
Can I follow him?
And what's that?
Can I follow him?
You can start making your way towards
I'd like to
him.
make my way towards
Okay.
him.
He double clicks on the .txt file and it opens up in a script language that he is definitely too stupid to understand.
Hey, that's what those CSI people are for.
You are a detective that used to be a beat cop. You do not understand. any
Exactly.
script file.
This is what nerds are for.
Hey. Watch it.
Hey, you're really smart. Do you know any of this?
Can you roll intellect for me, please?
I will. 16.
Okay.
Saying smart.
Erida pushes Detective Cross out of the way very confidently, cracks her knuckles, and begins to type on the keyboard. And much to Detective Cross's surprise, absolutely nothing happens. And she looks kind of stupid.
I tried. It's not really my area of specialty. I'm more of a books type of person.
Do you have
Maybe-
floppy or a pen drive, anything like that on you?
I'm a little old-fashioned. I like to keep my notebooks and my pens. Maybe we should look for filing cabinets. Hard copies.
You, ma'am, Ria, right? You look like a
Who
power.
are you talking to?
Yeah.
I'm the only one in the room with you.
Oh, I thought it was an open room though.
No, it's
I'm trying.
No, they're still back.
Oh,
We're in a
I can't even yell out.
hospital.
You could yell.
I was like, hey, you look like a well-dressed woman. Do you have a lady? Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
Can you roll charisma for me?
Yeah, you're gonna need to roll some charisma.
We're yelling again.
Yeah,
double luck.
This guy.
double luck.
Because I caught myself in the middle.
Somehow,
It sounds like Thomas Detective Cross has some
despite-
answers.
despite his obvious slip-up,
I blame him.
Miss Eves calls back to him.
Do you have a pen drive, USB, anything like that?
I just have my dog. Not thinking that's going to be particularly useful for you.
All right. Clearly, we can't get the scripting language out.
Maybe we should bring the computer with us.
Do you have a screwdriver on you?
Is it bolted down?
Do you really want to carry a gigantic computer?
How big is it?
Those things weigh about 50 pounds.
Oh, well, I'm not the strongest one in the group, so I didn't say I should carry it, but I mean, somebody could carry it.
If you hold my dog, I'll carry it.
Would any of you actually? Could you all roll intellect for me, please?
I'll hold your dog.
I don't know about you.
15.
14.
11.
10.
18.
Detective Cross asks kindly for the rest of the group to search the area for any zip drives because that is the only output source available on this current
Zip
computer.
drive, eh? Okay.
See if there are any zip drives on any of the stations around the area.
I'm guessing that he doesn't know what a zip drive is.
Yeah, I think I've been embarrassed enough that I'm just gonna pretend to look for stuff.
Alara,
I'm just gonna start moving.
Yes, zip drive.
Alara, upon Detective Cross's request, says yes, of course, and starts to walk to the other side of the room and start fiddling around with the different knives, looking over his shoulder as if he knows exactly what he's doing.
I feel really bad for him, so I go over to him and I'm like, oh, how about you come with me and help me look? And direct him to the proper places to look.
Be glad to assist you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with Rhea and look around.
Okay. Can the two of you roll intellect for me, please? That would be Livia and Eve.
While I do that, I'm gonna actually go to recent files and see when the last time this was modified.
Okay.
5.
11.
Okay. Upon looking around, Eves happens to find a zip drive, and much to her surprise, she remembers what they look like from her brief experience with them in junior high, for some reason. Detective Cross opens up the recent folder and realizes that nothing has been opened on this computer for almost exactly 2 years.
Alright. No. Give me a second. So we just came down here for no explicable reason to a powered unit that was only powered today, to a computer that is not password protected, to a series of files that were only modified 2 years ago until I opened this one just now. That's a lot of coincidences.
We're super lucky.
So what does that mean?
It means that if I was looking at movies, this would be a trap, but why would anyone want to trap a bunch of us? Something, just,
I don't know who this us is. I'm not really associated with you guys.
you're down here.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, we're kind of a team now.
No.
A little bit of a team.
Takes
It's
a lot
not
more.
common.
Miss Eves, would you like to give the zip drive to Detective Cross?
Do you know how to use one? One of these zip drives?
I know how to load and unload files, enough to pass it on to CSI.
More recent than I have. You can have it.
Okay. What do you do with the zip drive?
Put it in and start loading all the documents I can until it's filled.
Upon putting it in, he notices a folder labeled Black Block Secret Do Not Touch. I mean it.
I'm gonna touch that file.
It is not password protected. He opens the file, and inside of it are a bunch of pictures of naked women.
I'm gonna immediately close it and move the
Can we see this stuff?
No.
Are we
You see
around?
it for just a flash, and you see him quickly turn it off as if someone who had just been caught looking at naked.
Can I see that?
Yes.
Because
You're looking over your shower, obviously unaware of what's going on.
Oh dear,
Okay.
we can all see it.
I'm now a big fan of this magic box. I ain't
Okay.
seen nothing like that before.
All right, so that was
Olivia just starts cracking up.
interesting.
I suppose I suggest these magic boxes have answers. I think we should look on all of them.
What?
I think we should.
Of course you
leave.
want to open those.
I don't know what you did, Thomas Detective Cross, but you should do it more.
No. What? No.
I'm just gonna start loading files up, and I'm gonna write down the name. Was it Black Block?
Do you delete the folder that was there beforehand?
Only
hold
if
on,
I need
hold on a
space.
sec. Can you roll charisma for me really quick?
I could. I'm afraid now, though. Was that 9 and 6? So that's 15.
Detective Cross tells the rest of the group that he is deleting everything that was previously on the drive and copying over the contents of the My Documents folder and the temp folder but he is lying. He definitely did not delete the folder of the naked pictures.
That's very honorable of you, Detective.
I'm just trying to save time first before trying to delete that file. I want to get out of here as fast as possible.
And I would like to reward a plot point from the readers to Cross and myself.
You can reward them to yourself.
Yes.
Cool.
They can get them for me.
Oh,
The readers
okay.
have
The readers.
got
I thought you meant you.
the lead narrator a plot point, which
That's nice.
is going to go into effect right now.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Upon clicking copy on the documents, a loud buzzer begins to sound with what sounds to be like a ticking clock. Tick, 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 tick,
That doesn't sound good.
We should
ding,
go.
and then a ring rings out, and all of the building's alarms start to flash red
Oh,
and
God.
continue flashing, much like a tornado siren.
Oh god.
Livia,
Now's the time.
What is this? What
grab
does this
your
mean?
bag, bolts.
This is a bad movie, is what it is. Real life doesn't work. Never mind. We need to go.
Oh god. What did you do?
Apparently, I
you
triggered
do?
an alarm with
Oh
the
god. Okay.
ME system.
Leaving.
I think it's time to get out of
Olivia
here.
has already left and is outside of the room that you are all now in, but none of you notice.
Does anything copy over yet?
What's that?
How much time until it's done copying?
7 minutes.
Oh my gosh, we should
And
just
this
go.
is this is, mind you, 4 text files.
We all came here for a reason. We have to get
It's a
Like
zip
information.
drive. You're shit out of luck, man. It's a zip drive.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really confused by the sirens, so I'm gonna run after everybody once
I'm just gonna
they
pull the
find
drive
me.
at this point then in this run, hoping
You
that some of
unplug the
it-
drive
Yeah.
before the transfer is complete.
Yes, I just gotta go.
Alara, you have also been awarded a plot point. Okay, and so you pull out the drive. Livia has now left your vicinity, and in the confusion of the sirens and the flashing lights, because mind you, when those lights go down, it's black, and then they come back up, and when
Oh
it's
my
down, it's black.
Where's
and
your
they're back
flashlight?
up.
Right here.
The flashlight time.
The flashlight begins to flash, and the batteries have now gone out.
What?
I'm
What?
going crazy.
What? You're going crazy.
In the confusion, the rest of the group makes their way deeper into the facility,
Oh god.
while Livia has gone the opposite direction and makes her way upstairs.
Do we notice Olivia's gone? Olivia's
Not
gone?
yet.
Alright, I'm gonna stay really close to these people as I'm muttering to myself. Murmur.
I'm just following them because I have no idea what's going on.
I'll take the lead again.
Doors and corners.
Okay.
Okay. So, Alara, you said you have no idea what's going on and you're just...
The sirens
running after
confuse
them?
me, so when the whole group I'm with goes one direction, I follow them.
Okay, you said they confuse you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you go ahead and roll a mic for me, please?
10.
10, okay. As you continue running down this corridor and the lights flash on and off, you start, Alara starts getting these weird sensations and he's unable to see very well and he runs straight into a wall,
Oh god.
causing
Again?
one more hit of damage to your character on your armor, please.
Do we notice this?
And no, you guys do not notice that he's hit the wall and you continue moving forward.
Does this stop me, or do I manage to continue following them?
For now, you are stopped. Livia has made her way outside. What do you do?
Deer in headlights. So stops. Fuck. They looking around. Did anybody come out with me? No. Fuck. Shit. Guys. Fuck. Okay. No, I should definitely not go back in there. I should definitely not look for them.
Livia continues arguing with herself for about 10 more seconds and then decides, I'm kind of hungry anyway, and starts walking away from the facility. The buzzers continue ringing off behind her. Kind of like that, cool guys don't look at explosions. That's how you would imagine that. Buzzers and lights. The sun has been
Nice
going down.
knowing
It is now getting towards twilight, and the lights are definitely flashing in the distance as Livia, kind of over it, starts to walk away. Back down in the facility, Rhea Eves now turns a corner and realizes that they have most definitely gone the wrong way and sees that only Erida and Detective Cross now remain with her.
How did I end up with just you guys?
Wait, what?
Where did everyone go?
Darwinism.
I thought you were with us. What? Are you making jokes?
Are we at the end of
Sir.
a hall
Sorry.
with like no doors or?
You are still in
Still
a
in a-
very long facility with many different branches and areas that you could go. Farther down the hallway, you see what looks like a white lab with white pristine glasses. Onto your right, further down this way, there are large tubes and vats filled with green liquid. On your left, there is yellow lights flashing similarly to the red, but there's steam coming out of the floor.
Let's move away from the steam, maybe towards the lab facility. Maybe
What
there's
is
more
this place?
computers.
Can you roll
Wait, don't-
charisma for me, please?
It's not
With the
gonna go
D12?
well.
This isn't real life. Nobody makes things like this.
7.
Because of the lack of confidence in your voice when you say this to him, you finally, Miss Eves, very unusual for her, finds her in a position in her life where she is not in control and has no idea what is going on, and the rest of the group is kind of unwilling to just take her for her word that the white lab is the best place to go in this situation.
I feel like we should find the rest of our party. We can't just leave them. We don't know where they are.
I'm like running after them, right?
No, you're
Like,
like
kind of
knocked out, but
blinded?
We don't know
Not
that.
yet.
Okay.
We should go back and find them.
It's not our fault that we lost them.
We can't abandon them. We're a party.
We are not together, remember?
We're a little together.
Not together.
A little bit.
Look, here's what we need to do. We need to find a place that we can secure just in case the alarms are not to the police. Hopefully this is just a misunderstanding. The cops will be coming any second now. We find that place, then we go back for others.
As Detective Cross says this, you hear in the distance
Oh no.
the sound of a helicopter
Oh, no.
coming closer and closer to the camp. We now go outside to Livia, starting to walk away, sees 4 military-type helicopters
Oh, God.
moving their way towards the hospital. Livia, what do you do?
Is there a phone booth nearby?
A phone booth.
Call 911!
Can you roll intellect for me, please?
Yeah.
Are you also in the fifth century?
Shut up.
11.
Livia reaches down to the ground, picks up a rock that's shaped somewhat like a phone, and starts yelling into it, "Please, please, I need help. Someone help. There are giant flying things coming towards me, and they're not pterodactyls. I don't know what the fuck is
While
going
she
on."
makes her rock phone
everybody's
call, she's
crazy.
also looking for cover.
Okay, so you're looking for cover? Livia makes her way back towards the facility and hides behind a large, kind of tilted on its side concrete embankment that had fallen in the destruction of the original hospital. Watching as the helicopters get closer and closer towards the hospital, you can see now that the men inside are very well equipped and do not look to have any sort of United States military branding or logos. There's definitely no Air Force symbol on the side of that helicopter. Can you roll intellect for me again?
9.
That being said, it's not like you would fully understand what any of those symbols were or would look like anyway, so these just look like giant flying metal birds heading towards your location. We now go back down inside to Alara. Alara, you have woken up, you hear the sounds coming over you. These are sounds you have heard in the fields before, but never this intense and never this close to your location. How would you like to proceed?
I'm going to continue to follow the team.
You can't see the team.
Continue down the hallway the way I was running.
The way you were running?
Yes.
Okay. Alara tries to run the way he was running, but because of the hit to his head, he starts to go the opposite direction now towards the yellow light with the steam, working his way into a location that seems to have at one point housed some sort of giant creatures because there's bars and chains all over the floor where the steam is coming out. He doesn't seem too fazed by this, but continues making his way across the room towards the other side. How would you like to proceed?
Alright, so this room is a dead end.
No, it could definitely continue on if you would like to continue running through.
I'm gonna stop and look at the cages.
Stop and look at the cages. Can you roll intellect for me, please?
Anything I actually recognize, it's a fucking cage.
It feels like a trap.
Luck.
Alara is stopped dead in his tracks as he stares at these giant cages that remind him of something he went through not very long ago, very fresh in his memory on these slave ships of Loam. He can't seem to control himself as he gets lost almost immediately into deep thought. Right. Yeah, you're just stuck in thought for now,
Yeah, I'm
man.
just paralyzed.
That's some heavy shit that just hit you
Well,
right
go ahead and go
really
fetal.
close to home.
No, he could think.
Really close to home. So Detective Cross, Erida, and Miss Eves, how do you respond to the sound of helicopters flying in the air?
We can hear the helicopters from below.
You can hear it's muffled, but you can definitely hear
Okay,
it.
something is definitely coming.
Probably help, right?
Oh,
As she says probably help, you hear a breech explosion on the opposite side
Oh
of the
god,
location.
yeah, that's not good.
That's not help. That's the point. Like, we need to find somewhere to hide.
Okay, we need to get out of here. Oh god.
I would also like to let our characters know that Livia has been awarded a plot point. And guys, don't forget that your plot points can save your ass or create new instances for you if you need to use them in certain situations.
So where are we right now? We
Yeah,
have our
we're
steam.
still in front of the
we're
doors,
in a
right?
lab.
You are kind of away
We-
from, you're kind of in front of the lab. The yellow steam room is off and to your left, and the right room with the green tubes is to your right.
Okay. Even though I'm freaked out, I'm gonna take some pictures because I've never seen anything like this before. My curiosity always comes before my fear. Oh, well, that's pretty interesting. But we gotta get out of here. Like right
Still
now.
got the lab.
We don't even know what's in there.
We just need to find a
No,
place
it's
for the
in anyway.
alternate exit. Look, we're in the middle of a weird sci-fi lab. There's no way that that's the only way out.
Well, this used to be a hospital for psyops, so it's kind of
Keep saying
weird.
the hospital. That would be on the record somewhere. I never heard of a hospital for science.
I'm telling you. Anyways, we can talk about it later.
Later,
It's fine, we
okay?
don't need to argue. Mr. Detective, how would you suggest we get out of here?
I'm gonna secretly go eeny meeny miny mo really quick. Just like
You're going to secretly do eeny meeny miny moe. Can you roll intellect for me, please?
Ruh-roh.
that would be a 17.
17. Okay. Luckily to Detective Cross, because of the confusion and the light and the sounds all going on around him, the rest of the group does not see him say out loud, eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
I'm gonna pick.
This is not good.
What's happening here?
The steam room.
Okay. The rest of the group.
That one looks like it's gonna be longer and might be an exit.
Going through steam.
So then
Okay.
do we run into him?
Yes. As the group moves through the yellow room, they find themselves running into Alara, who they had not even realized had left the group or apparently missed him, given that there were no questions about his absence.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We were asking,
Yeah.
should we go back?
Yeah, the rest of the group.
I didn't care.
Explosion.
What?
You come across Alara standing next to this cage,
Who's the
staring
sexist
at
guy?
it blankly, with no emotion or expression on his face.
I go up to him. Are you okay? We need to get out of here. First of all, why did you leave us? Shouldn't leave
I don't
the
think we
group.
have time for all of these questions.
Don't punch
He
him
looks
again.
a little.
Don't touch him this time.
Does this shake me? Am I still?
You're still kind of trapped in it.
I'm gonna take his shoulder and just slightly not punch him. Just like tap him on the shoulder a couple times.
Which shoulder?
Your normal shoulder. Because I'm.
Okay.
Not the stub
Not the
shoulder.
stub.
Oh,
Not
did
the
I
nut.
grab the stub? Which one's
You-
your stub?
It's
Stub
his
is-
right arm.
Right arm stub?
Okay, so I was grabbing. No.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you grab him
Yeah,
by the
just-
arm and you shake him to try to bring him to and bring him out of it. Okay. Given that both of you now have started to talk to him, Alara does start to come out of it, somehow unable to explain to the rest of the group what is happening not only with him but around him.
I know this cage. I don't know why, but I know this cage.
That's fascinating. We need to go.
Wait.
Later.
But oh.
Exits over there.
Oh.
I sort of notice all of the sounds, and I'm like, okay.
Yes, the sounds of as you are coming to and becoming more aware of your environment, your
Where's the homeless
warrior
girl?
instincts start to kick in
I
as
grab
you
out
know that this is
my
bad.
notebook and write down a note to ask him about it later.
Okay.
Oh, cage, and I take a picture of the cage.
You take a picture of the cage.
Yeah.
Can you roll intellect for me, please?
Okay.
What is a cage?
I'm starting to dread intellect.
14.
Okay, I had a natural 20 on that one. So you sit there and take pictures while the rest of the group watches you. She's trying to time her picture with the sync of the flashing lights, knowing that the pictures will not expose unless she happens to get it just at the right moment. Though you do have a flash, it is not working given the electronic interference
We don't have time for this.
in this area. Though you may tell her there is no time for this, she continues sitting there clicking.
hold
Damn
on.
it. Damn it.
This
I can
time.
do it. Yeah, damn it.
One more time,
Unable
guys. I got
to
it.
get the picture that she needs. All of those pictures are going to end up coming back just a black square.
Can I override you with my chip?
If you would like to throw a plot point,
Oh no, I want to say
you're just going to have to explain it very well.
All right, I get frustrated and I draw a sketch.
Don't you have like 4 or 5 plot points?
I have
Might not
post-traumatic
carry
stress
over, by the way.
disorder.
Plot points do
don't?
not carry
Oh,
over.
don't they?
Wait, you never told us that.
That's a new
What?
rule.
They reset every mission.
Every game? Oh, then heck yeah. Okay, I would like to override and be like, oh, cha, perfect timing on that one.
I'm going to have you roll for that because that was not a very good description of how you would like.
Yeah.
Your plot point counts, so I will give you a +2 to your roll. I'm going to have you roll your... Actually, I'm going to have you roll your action.
No.
I'm going to have you roll your action with your intellect.
So wait, I do a D10 and my 12 and a 4?
Yes.
Do I roll the D10 twice? Or I mean the D12 twice?
No, only once.
Okay. 18,
Okay.
13.
So, it succeeds. You finally synchronize a picture up with the balance of the lights moving around and around and around,
Got
while
it.
the rest of the group stares at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? We just heard an explosion and you're taking pictures.
I got it though. I got the perfect shot. We're good. Let's go.
As she says, let's go. And in this situation, we have Alara standing somewhat in front of the cage, with the rest of you a little bit behind him as you've just run up on him. Across the room, on the opposite side of the cage, the blast doors of that room bust open, and a soldier appears,
God.
donning a machine gun,
Oh god.
and begins to fire at Alara.
Oh god.
All right. I'm gonna spend a plot point.
You're gonna spend a plot point.
I am.
Okay, is this involve your power?
It does.
Okay.
I shout, "Stand back! I will handle this." I jump in front of them and tear the cloak off of my shoulder, exposing a metallic silver giant arm with a red dot on the shoulder, and I turn it into a round shield to block myself from said bullets.
Well, that's useful.
The soldier begins firing on Alara, and all of the bullets happen to hit this, what appears to be flesh but is somehow silver, shield. The bullets hit and sink a little bit into it, but they are not crossing through the shield as the rest of you stand behind him in amazement.
Actually, no, I'm in a fetal position now.
What's that?
I'm in a fetal position right now, rocking back and forth.
Oh god.
You're now just like that. The bullets have barely left the gun, and you've
It's-
already hit the ground.
Yes, as soon as the gunshot is fired,
As soon as
I'm covering my head and I'm rocking.
this is an interesting strategy that you have,
Oh, no,
Mr.
this is not
Cross.
strategy. This is.
This is just how your character would react to the sound of gunfire. Okay? How does the rest of the group react to what is developing in front of them?
I'm freaking out and saying, okay, oh god, think good thoughts, think good thoughts. I see the detective and I'm really worried, so I run over to him and I try to like wake him up, like, we gotta go, what are you doing?
You pat on
Detective.
the detective's back, and this is in the middle of gunfire and everything.
I'm freaking out, but
Alara is holding a shield
Right.
out, holding
So-
off fire.
Trying to like be like, we gotta get out of here.
Livia, what's going? You're outside, mind you.
Yeah.
And you have now seen some of the helicopter men dropping in from their helicopters into the facility back behind you, though you are a little in front of it. Do you run away, or do you go back inside into the face of danger? Now, mind you, these helicopters are also positioned in other areas. If you were to run forward out into the open, there's a very good chance that you would also be spotted.
Olivia wouldn't. I'm not going to take the chance to be spotted by the helicopters. So if there's only one way to go, and that's in, that's where she's going to go. So I try and skirt edges as much as I can, try and stay in shadows, but I'm going to head back into the building.
Heading back into the building. Okay, Miss Eves, given all what has just gone down, we have Detective Cross on the ground in the fetal position, Alara somehow taking bullets directly into his flesh, and Erida some trying to wake up Detective Cross. How do you react?
I'm not afraid the way that the detective is. I am standing curious about where the shield came from. More just about that and less interested in the bullets. So
You're just standing there...
Unafraid.
Basically. Okay.
More just taking in my surroundings and what's going on and preparing myself for whatever's to come next.
Am I at all aware that Cross is in the fetal position?
Yes, you have the shield in front of you, and you can easily look down and see that he's in the fetal position,
like
and also see that Miss Eves is just standing there staring.
Okay, I would like to say to him, Thomas Detective Cross, remember your manhood. The women need our protection.
And then...
Wait.
Well.
Do your thing.
Do I get to punch him again?
You are you saying you would like to punch him?
I am saying I'd like to punch him.
Could you describe how you would like to do that with a plot point, please?
Oh, okay. So I am standing, I guess, on his left. So your metal arm is on the right.
Yeah, it's the right.
Okay. So that's perfect. So I can just turn around to face him, to square up to him. And I'm gonna give him a little kick to his ankle and then jab him right in the middle of the stomach with my left. So it's not gonna, he's still gonna have the shield up.
Alara, can you please roll an action die? And Eves, can you please roll an action die?
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
Everyone's dying.
Oh god.
Well, this has been a great show, guys. Thank you guys so much.
9. Rolling so loud.
14.
Okay. How do you respond to this woman that has just punched you in the stomach while you shield bullets for her?
What are you doing? Just confused. I just don't understand. I just don't get it.
I don't need your shield. Or your sass.
I would like to use a plot point to try to revive the detective, giving him a morale speech. At the same time, I'm noticing that they're
I would
bickering.
like you to
Again.
give him a morale speech then, and I'll decide whether or not that plot point went to good use.
Detective, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just shake your head
Not
yes
again.
if you can hear me.
Not again.
Can you hear me?
Protect the body.
We
Not again.
really need you. You spent your whole life serving people that needed your protection, and we really need your protection now.
It's not-
I don't know how to fight. I don't do well with guns. I don't like violence. I really, really would appreciate if you just came back to us and helped us. You're a trained professional. We could really use your expertise right now. Please, pretty please. Oh god.
How many did
He just used like
I'll be able
3.
to see on camera is 2 plot points just hit the table. Please, Mr. Cross, explain to me what is going through your head right now.
Seriously.
He begins to shake uncontrollably.
Oh god, what'd I do?
Okay, so Mr. Cross begins to shake uncontrollably as his eyes roll back into his head. You see the white and nothing but the white. The color starts to leave his skin as a blue energy form starts to wrap around his body as if consuming him and then crawling up outside of his neck and through the back of his spine. A head starts to separate and appear like some sort of ghost out of the back of his skull, moving up and over, looming above all of you, taking the soldier a little off guard. The soldier, upon seeing this, radios in for backup and starts to stop firing and moves back to the opposite side of the door, still able to visibly see you all, but now out of line of fire from whatever the fuck just grew out of Detective Cross's body.
So that's interesting.
Hello there. What? Why are you running?
Is that behind us? Or can I see?
Yeah, can we see
Yes,
this?
you all noticed the giant blue ghost-like
Okay, yeah.
figure.
My shield turns right back into an arm.
Your shield turns into an arm?
Sounds
Okay.
appropriate.
And his body's just lifeless on the ground.
Yes.
And I'm next to
as
it.
the blue energy being is above him, Detective Cross's body just lays on the ground with these blue energy kind of tunnels funneling out of him into the figure as he lays there shaking with his eyes in the back of his
Oh
head.
god, I don't know what I did. I was just trying to talk to him.
Is he having a seizure?
A little help, a little help.
It's all right, dear. Let me handle
Is
this.
the ghost talking to
What
me?
sorcery is this?
This ain't sorcery. This is just fun.
Wait,
this,
who-
this, this, Hold on a second. Hey, fella! I'll be right back. Zip, zip,
What?
and then this blue light.
Wait, what was that? Sorry, one more
Zip
time.
away, just a second, just a little bit outside, and then full flower blast onto the shoulder.
Okay, so you are saying that this energy being moves to the side, forward.
Yeah, just to the forward, just to get through the
forward to kind of get through.
because it doesn't care all about the gun.
Okay. So this blue energy figure moves a little forward, paying very little mind to the rest of the group. He seems to have found a play toy in the soldier with the weapon and shoots itself forward, piercing its head just around the door next to the soldier. The soldier yelled, "What the fuck is that?"
Hello there.
I'm gonna need you to roll your action die with your power.
Action die with my power, okay. And 18.
That was evil laugh. I don't like it.
Detective Cross's ghostly figure launches some sort of ectoplast kind of energy shape out of its form towards the soldier. The soldier ducks and rolls out of the way and starts firing into the blue creature, causing nothing but little like spots of almost as if bullets traveling through fog.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna move on now to as that action is happening downstairs and the gunfire starts to run out. Livia is now running down the hallway, running towards the bullets. What's going through your head, Livia?
So I hear the bullets. I'm guessing that I'm hearing the shouting and whatnot. Am I anywhere near where they are?
You're probably still about 300 yards away through a couple like long corridors. You could definitely hear, given how loud all of this is.
Okay. God, this is so crazy. But the safest place to be is probably back with these yahoos. So that's just where she's
Continue running.
to.
Livia continues running down the hallway towards the fire. She starts seeing flashes from fire in the distance, bouncing around these reflective walls in this old facility as the lights continue turning and blazing through. Alara, Erida, and Miss Eves, how do you respond to this giant blue ghost-like figure hovering out of Cross's body and somehow seemingly attacking a soldier with a gun on the other side of the wall?
I'm beginning to agree with what Thomas Detective Cross said earlier that we should leave.
Okay. How? Yes.
He just called for backup. That means there's more coming. I am with you, actually, for once.
But the detective is.
I just pick him on up.
You pick up the detective.
I got 2 arms now. I'm picking him up.
Okay.
Has anyone... Oh, man.
Oh no.
Why is he laughing?
Can I have you roll might for me, please?
You can do it.
10.
As Alara goes to pick up Detective Cross's body, even though the blue-like figure has moved its way to the other side of the hall, you see another head grow out of the end of the other tail, urging Alara to step away from Cross.
I definitely obey immediately.
Just one moment, please. I'm having some fun. I'll be right with you.
Oh god. That doesn't sound good.
That's not good.
Okay.
They're shooting. Sounds like a bad guy to me. Please excuse me, Mr. Bad Guy. I quite done shooting me.
So wait, so you're just gonna shoot the bad guys, right? Well, wait, or harming. I mean, we don't have to harm anyone. You're not gonna harm anyone.
Oh dear girl, I'm gonna kill him dead.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Nobody said we had to kill anyone.
That's exactly what we need to do.
No, we don't need to kill anyone. We can just leave.
I like your
Just
candor.
leave.
As you continue arguing, you hear now on the opposite side of the facility towards the White Lab another explosion breach.
Oh god. Oh god.
We'll never survive if we are weak.
Think good. Okay, think good thoughts.
Now
Think
can
good
we leave
thoughts.
him?
No, we can't.
No. Cross needs to go with y'all. He's a weak little man, but I have business to take care of. 2 seconds, please. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Soldier. Are you quite done shooting yet?
So is he like?
What's going on?
Miss Eves,
Yes.
How would you like to proceed in this moment?
I think the soldier is distracted by the blue man.
Yes, but he is on the opposite side of the cage and the room. He was shooting you through the cage. And
We
the
just heard
empty
another
box.
explosion from the other side.
On the other side. But the exit is between... We're close to the exit,
the
aren't we?
exit you all had chosen to go for would have possibly been that way, but the area that you all came from is somewhere behind where you originally came from. You may not be too sure given the confusion in getting to where you are now.
Okay. I'm gonna go towards the explosion.
So you're going to go towards the explosion in the white room?
Yes.
Okay.
I
This seems
still
weird.
like the white room.
Where are you going?
Okay, back to you, Detective Cross. As this ghost-like figure acknowledges the soldier again, the soldier now, as you, this ghost-like figure is looking down the hallway, 2 more soldiers come around the corner. How would you like to proceed?
This is vexing. I'm gonna use an energy blast on the ceiling of it and just go down the line to bring debris down on all of them.
Okay, go ahead and roll your power, please.
2 and 10. So lucky roll and lucky roll.
Oh, you got lucky?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
This character, this blue-like character, emits from its mouth a beam of energy that follows a trail down the hallway the soldiers are coming from, enclosing them in as debris falls down upon them. As they scream, you hear from the opposite side of the room towards the direction Eves is headed, coming from the white area, people on comms, obviously moving your direction. Team Red, come in, Team Red.
Oh, great.
Everybody
Now-
step behind me.
I do believe Team Red's dead! As loud as humanly inhumanly possible.
As loud as inhumanly possible, this ghost-like figure creates a yell that for some reason does not seem like a vocal yell. It almost emits itself out through the matter in the area, shattering all of the glass in the surrounding area, causing all of you to grab your ears and shield yourselves. Livia, running towards the group, still towards the screams, is now put to the ground from her sensitive ears, hearing this loud sound. What a dick move, ghost-like figure.
Can we see her yet?
She is very close, but not there yet. Eves, you said that you would like to...
I would like to continue towards the white room and proceed in the front.
Proceeding towards the white room is Eves. Now, for some reason, towards the sound of the gunfire. What is
Why
your
are
reasoning?
you going towards the gunfire?
Because the other hallway's been...
Oh God.
Wait,
Collapsed,
Thomas
right?
Detective Cross needs our help.
We don't need him. Let's go.
No, we can't leave him. We are a party. We're a group.
When are you gonna get it through your heads?
No,
Let's go. Everybody out.
your dog could be shot.
My dog is...
Still a dog here.
Oh God.
Oh yeah,
We're getting
does
closer.
it go see the dog?
The ghost would have seen the dog upon his first exiting out.
Is there any dangerous things within like the next, I don't know, 30 seconds?
What's that?
Is there any dangerous thing in the next 30 seconds that he
You like
thinks
to
of?
ask that?
Because if not, he's gonna go and, hello there, little doggy.
Don't
Any
touch the
dangerous
dog!
things in the next 30 seconds. The ghost
After the big scream,
makes
he's
its
like,
way
puppy!
towards the dog as you're sitting here arguing with Erida and begins petting your dog through the cage. This dog, for some reason, is extremely calm given all the explosions and mass destruction going on
Even
around it.
barks.
Do you mind explaining to the rest of the group how your dog is able to stay calm in such a situation?
She's a wee bit deaf. She's a rescue. She's been through a lot.
Can you use a plot point, please? And could you also roll your charisma?
Ow.
So I'm going to give you a +2 to your rolls.
14.
No, plus
Okay.
2. I had a 4. Plus
Oh, 16.
2. 16.
16. Okay. So yes, the dog is seemingly deaf and very old and somewhat what's the right word? Not that bright or situationally aware as an animal. It's definitely an animal that has been kept in a small, confined space with a very
her protection.
overly protective owner for years and has lost all of its dog-like instincts. Consider this practically a plush toy and of no use to the rest of the team. Miss Eves, do you continue on without the rest of the groups? As you had said out loud earlier, do you decide after arguing with them to continue on towards the White Room?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to use a plot point to try to stop her.
You would like to use a plot point to try to stop her. Let's hear your speech.
All right, do I need to roll anything?
Let's hear the speech first.
Oh, okay. Stop before you go. I know we kind of got off on the wrong foot, but I really don't think you should go towards the explosions. We need to stay together. We're all in a lot of danger. We have a few psyops here. I realize you want me to speed up. I get that. Yeah, too many details to think. But you've been here before. I have seen you on camera in a video here before.
Can this stop now?
You've been here before. I'm trying to tell you, you've been here before. I've seen you on camera here in this situation. You should not go without us.
Wait,
We're
you
all-
know who's been here before?
Well, I've only seen her. I have no idea why you guys are here. But I'm assuming it's the same reason.
You've been here before. Do you know where we are?
No, I haven't been here before.
We're a
I don't know what she's making things up because she just talks and talks and talks.
Humans are really silly, aren't they, little creature?
Livia has now made her way around the corner, sees the group, and through you, coming from the direction she came from, she sees the White Room behind you all and sees the now 2 soldiers, one of which being a PRS commander leading the charge towards the group directly behind. On this side, the way it would be laid out is you have closest to you, Livia, you have Mr. Cross on the floor with the ghost-like figure above him. On the opposite side of him would be Alara, and then Erida and Eves kind of arguing like this as these other characters come towards them. The PRS officer, how do you proceed?
Oh, look, the disheveled one returned.
Quick look at the ghost thing and so we do I have a clear line of sight?
You, yes, I told you they were coming up behind him, so you can see them closing in
Okay.
We can't.
on Eves. The rest of you are looking towards her.
Pardon?
They're all looking at you as someone's coming up behind them.
Okay. Plot point.
Yes?
I'm gonna use a plot point. She sees these people coming towards her. Everybody look out! And all of a sudden, just a glowing starts to happen through her arms. Hands pushes out and zooms towards. Ooh.
Okay, so can
Do
I
we
have
have time to
you,
respond?
can you roll your power for me, please?
Eight.
Okay, Livia, as she sees the giant ghost figure and the now PRS commander and soldier moving directly towards and right behind Eves, reaches out her arms as quickly as she can and screams for you guys to look out. Large bursts of energy and what almost looks like some sort of dark, like black matter, like the blackest black you've ever seen that dips into nothingness, zooms right past your face, missing the PRS commander and hitting the wall right behind them, and a giant chunk of this building is completely gone, and you now see sky behind it. Everyone reacts to this, looks over, including the PRS commander and soldier.
Wow. No. We need to go!
That's our opening. I suggest we take it.
Agreed.
The PRS commander on the comms, we have powers.
Oh god.
We have powers.
Oh god.
I'm gonna
Please call in backup. We have powers. The PRS commander and soldier now set their sights back on the group. Cross. Actually, no, Alara, how do you proceed?
I'm going to, strange spirit, may I assist my sleeping companion?
I don't see why not.
Alright, now I'm gonna pick up.
Would you please roll might?
Tentatively pick up
Can you just drag him
9.
on your cloak or something? Please?
Alara, now with the permission of the ghost-like figure, goes to pick up Cross's limp and still shaking body as energy continues pulsing out of him. As he gets close, he notices his right arm starting to shake a little bit, and these weird, almost bug-like creatures, as he gets closer to Cross's body, start to recoil away from the blue energy light, moving themselves up and up and up the closer he gets, almost as if there's an invisible barrier between this arm that just kind of moves away, and these tiny bugs start running back up his arm as he gets closer and closer to Detective Cross's
Can I use a
body.
plot point?
Yes, you may.
I use my other arm and just throw him over my shoulder.
Okay. Alara, in that instance, as he notices his bugs in this instance not responding well to Detective Cross's energy that's coming out of his body, grabs Cross and picks him up with his left arm, throwing him over his shoulder, and turns now towards Eves. They are all looking at you, Eves, and you now have noticed the soldier and PRS commander behind you. What would you like to do?
I step in front of everyone for the first time, being protective of them. And I'm going to use some plot points.
Okay.
I think you only need to use one, right?
You only
I
need to
can
use one.
use two, can't I?
You could use two if you want to be ultimately badass. Would you like to use two?
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay, we'll go for that. We can run with that.
Get it, go.
All right. And Eves now stepping in front of the group as the PRS commander and soldier make their way towards you all. The PRS commander is looking somewhat confident, but aware of the power that sits in front of him, seeing this giant blue being and the woman who has now run up to the rest of the group that had just disappeared, a large portion of the building behind them. As he walks upon you, we hear a loud crash on the opposite side of the room, and the giant chunk of the building that disappeared falls behind you on the opposite side. As the PRS commander sees this, and the rest of you react and look back at him, he begins making his way cautiously towards you guys. Now listen. You all are in way over your head. If you stop now, surrender, we can take you with us. We can provide you with shelter and safety. But you have to come with us now. I need all of you to get down on the ground calmly, collectively.
Do I recognize any symbols on his body?
You recognize the PRS logo on his body.
Can I calmly kind of whisper to her, like, that's PRS?
I'm gonna go ahead and say surrender is a coward's option.
Olivia pushes her hands out again and it's like, do it again!
We got it. We're not done with Miss Eve's plot here.
I just want to
she
whisper to
gets
her
their
that
plus
that's
points. We are-
PRS.
So,
I'm not concerned.
So Eves is now aware that these are PRS agents, and given the information that was given to her earlier in the game, I'm guessing that you don't buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the PRS commander makes his way closer and closer to Eve, seeing as she's the one in the lead of the group, and also out of the entire group, probably the most well-kept and normal-looking in this situation,
Least
given
intimidating.
giving the. You may have on a normal day, but you currently have a giant blue ghost levitating out of your body.
Where's
as you're
summer?
on
Blue
arm.
is seasonal.
The PRS commander gets right up in your face, Eves, and tells you, now woman, I need you to get on the ground and obey my orders, or I will be forced to open fire on you and the rest of your group.
Excuse me, sir. You done goofed. That's just saying.
This is when I wish him luck.
Yeah, so in this situation, Eves reaches up and grabs his skull, looks him dead in the eyes, and how would you like to describe what happens next?
Next, from my point of view, the world around us goes dark, and it's just the two of us. And there's an energy between us, and suddenly I feel an emotion coming into me, but I'm instantly trying to resist it because I don't know what it is exactly. And then I feel it more and more, and the room is somehow silent through all of this and still. But then I hear screaming of a small child, and I'm overcome by fear that I know that this man in front of me made that child feel. who was a victim. And I'm suddenly aware that I can direct that fear right back on that soldier. And he's starting to step backwards and cower a little bit. And I just keep feeling what that boy is feeling and almost making it worse and making it stronger and stronger. And suddenly the soldier has stepped back and is crumpled down on the ground.
So the PRS commander, now confronted with the most horrible act he's ever committed upon another human being, redirected on him, he is unable to take the emotional pain that he had once forced on someone else and crumbles to his knees as Eves hops on top of him and starts punching him directly in his face with her bare knuckles. Could you roll your might for me, please?
Yeah.
With your power.
So that is 16.
Oh, okay.
Wait, oh.
To be clear, 2. I wanted to wait, but I was like, no, I can't. Okay, so Eves, without hesitation, jumps on top of the PRS commander and starts smashing every bone in his face. Her knuckles start to give. The skin starts peeling off from the bone as she continues piling her fists into this man's face as she cries and screams, unable to control herself. How does the group respond?
Now that ain't right.
I say stop. You're going to kill him. You're going to kill him.
He's dead.
Oh God.
After
This is now a bloody corpse.
And I'm still going.
He does not have, after that, no. He does not have enough to resist. This is a bloody corpse that she's
Lydia.
continuing to punch in the face.
Lydia comes up behind, very cautiously, behind Rhea. Lady, he's dead. He's dead.
I'm still blacked out.
After watching her just continue to pummel for a while, I go up and put my shoulder on her, my robotic hand on her shoulder, and say, "Lady Erida, this foe is vanquished."
I'm going to need you. You are currently holding Cross, who has an energy form out of him, and your arm definitely does not like the energy that it's putting out and doesn't seem to be responding very well to your commands. Could you roll a power for me for that arm?
9.
Okay, you're able to fight through the energy disruption and create a tiny little gimp-like hand that goes and taps her on the shoulder. Despite the freakishness of this, because of the freakishness of this tiny little gimp-like robot hand that is now resting on her shoulder, she kind of snaps out of what she's currently feeling. Well, not necessarily feeling, but at least out of the blackness that she has been consumed from. But she is definitely still extremely, extremely weighted down by the emotional turmoil she just put herself through.
Lady Erida, this foe has been vanquished.
Vanquished? He got his head blown in. I mean, like...
Nothing will ever be enough.
Okay, this is turning real dark. Can we go?
As you're sitting there talking, the other soldier standing behind the PRS commander seems somewhat in shock. Not really sure of what he's seen. The level of inexperience from this young soldier, given that this is a research facility and not necessarily a place where they would send out their best and their brightest. He seems to be unable to handle all the things that he's seen as he begins to slowly back away from you and the group, though you do know that there is more backup on the way.
We should probably stop him. Maybe we should tie him up. Can you tie him up? Are you good at tying things up? Nebraska, you tie things.
I've got a
Does
gimp.
anybody have any
I've got a
rope?
little gimp hand and a dude on my
Lydia
arm.
pushes her hands out. We need to stop him.
Is this the plot point here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so you use a plot point in this situation. Livia sees the man trying to run away, despite Iridia already being fairly traumatized by the death that sits in front of her, and the rest of the group not really knowing how to respond. Livia, with very little care to the wind, just throws her arms out, much like she did before she was running down, and shoots 2 black portals across the room, one of which hitting the soldier in the right leg, and you see his kneecap and the back of his leg just disappear from his body as blood starts squirting out of his right leg from the artery down the inside of his leg. He falls to the ground, the other one hitting right behind him, taking 6 inches of ground out of it and launching it across the room behind you guys, slamming into a wall. This man is now on the floor, screaming and bleeding to death.
I think I puke at this point.
I definitely puke at this point.
Can you roll might for me?
Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go.
I don't think that's supposed to go that way. You know, body part there.
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. It's not.
Aridia, was that your luck, actually?
No, I mean, it is, but not the total. I got all excited.
Well, 7's your luck, right?
That was my total.
Oh, that was your total between.
Yeah.
Got it. Aridia, in that situation, turns away from the blood squirting out of this man's screaming face, sees the other man's face pummel
God.
into damn near nothing as Eve sits there with blood streaming from her hands down her rolled up white undershirt. Looking around at the situation, she can no longer take all of the emotional stress and begins vomiting all over. Alara, can you roll charisma for me?
All right. 16.
Okay. Alara, she turns towards Alara, and Alara very quickly realizes that stuff's about to go bad and moves out of the way, but turns Detective Cross's face directly into the projectile vomit that goes all over him.
I'm so sorry,
But because he is past it, he doesn't see much about it. But the ghost figure hovering out of Detective Cross's body seems to think that it's quite hilarious.
We truly must leave now.
In this moment, Livia, unable to control what is happening to her, is still standing there with her arms outstretched as small portals start shooting out and around as things in the area start disappearing and flying all over the place. Giant chunks of the building are gone. Actually...
Holy crap!
Do I still have my little nub?
Actually, thank you for that. I just got another plot point. It's got another plot point, and I'm going to go ahead and use that. And just because I want to, I'm going to use that plot point. As she's sitting there firing these things out in the open, one of the stray portals goes and hits this person kind of right here, right through the skull, teleporting half of his head away to the other side of the room as it drops down in front of Aridia's now vomiting.
Why?
I'm going to use the plot point too.
Reeves, now still looking at her hands and what's in front of her, sees just a man with his leg, his kneecap missing, and half of a face as his brain starts to slide out of the empty cavity of what was once there and fall to the left side of his body while the right falls to the floor. You said you had a plot point?
Use a plot point, so I'm going to use the nub that I can use and literally slap her out of it. Just slap her face. Cease this gruesome violence. We must leave.
Given that these portals just keep flying out and moving entire chunks of the building and people's body parts all around, given that this is a very dangerous situation to be in if she doesn't get herself under control, Alara wakes his way towards her and shifts his body, slinging puke towards the rest of the members off across his face as he slaps with his tiny little baby robot arm. Alara, what do you say to her?
We must cease this senseless violence. We have to leave. Or this gruesome violence.
It's actually quite sensible.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Alara, continuing,
For smart things.
you use the plot point to slap her, so I'm gonna make you guys. Livia continues laughing and feeling joyous at the power she now holds in her hand as she just continues laughing maniacally.
Oh my god, this is so cool!
I'm gonna need you to roll charisma, Alara.
11.
Describe to me how you would talk her out of it. Since we tied on that roll, if you can convince me, I'll give it to you.
I yelling and slapping is basically the best I'm gonna
That's the best you can do?
I think it's the best
Epically yell.
that Alara is capable of.
But use the epic words.
I think getting real close and screaming simply, "Stop!"
Alara, in that instance, snaps Livia
That's actually better. Stop, woman! That's what it's gonna be.
Livia's eyes widen greatly, and she looks over towards Alara and starts to move her right hand like this, and then calms herself and realizes that she might want to gain some sort of control over what's happening in front of her, and she moves her head down to her hands, smiling, very pleased by the power that she now holds in these hands. We have not heard from our ghost in a little while. Ghost.
Y'all crazy. He is very much laughing right out of his hand.
So he's clapping his little floaty hands. They make
Bravo.
little puffing noises as the air around them starts to move.
But as much as this entertains me, feeling a little cross, probably might die in a minute or two, and I sense a couple entities, so y'all have fun now. I'm gonna go take a nap. So see you next time. He just
Okay. Let's see. We'll see how smoothly that goes. Can you roll your action die for me, please?
just roll action die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me your action plus your intellect.
That's my intellect.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. That would be a 10 plus an 8. 18.
Okay. So, the ghost figure moves its way out of the sky after it waves by, strangely calm in this really traumatic and dark experience that you're all going through, smiling like a Cheshire cat as he wakes his way, snaking down the rest of his energy trail back into Detective Cross's body as his eyes almost come out of his skull and the shaking stops and he realizes that he's covered in vomit.
What the hell? What? Is this vomit?
So I drop him, right? I
Yes.
drop him. I drop the shit out of him.
Can I have you roll might?
Really? No.
Yeah,
I'm
roll
covered
might.
in vomit.
Sorry.
This is not fair. Look.
Ooh,
Really?
Yes.
lucky.
Shows the right number.
Alara drops Detective Cross, and Detective Cross, much like a cat, spins around his body mid-fall and catches himself, bracing the floor before he hits, and when he hits, the impact speed causes most of the vomit that was caked on his face to slam onto the floor, making a splash sound.
What is going...
I take a few steps away from him and get my arm back.
Okay, so now Alara, stepping away from Cross, you all see this metal-like arm regrowing its muscle structure and moving its way out to a very muscled, very strong Arnold Schwarzenegger type arm on this tiny farmer-like form. And Iridia, we've not heard from you in a while. How you feeling?
Erida's,
Erida, sorry.
it's okay. She's on her knees, kind of just back and forth, trying to not drive heave anymore. A little trying not to look.
So you went through the vomit into dry heaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah. I don't-
Actually, speaking of that, can you roll a might for me, Alara?
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
no, sorry. No, I'm going to ask Alara to roll an intellect for me.
Never
Do it
good.
differently.
You can do it.
Luck.
As Alara's backing up away from Cross and his arm reforms, he steps over the puddle of vomit that was on the floor behind him. Really wanted you to fall in that vomit.
We can tell.
Erida, how are you feeling, and how would you like to proceed with the rest of the group?
I haven't even. I'm finally like trying to calm myself. I look up. I realize that the detective is standing. Oh,
That's
okay.
the word for it. I
Right.
wasn't cowering, but I'm gonna have to.
Okay, I can deal with this. We can do this. I just have to think positively. Can we please leave without killing any more people?
Why is that guy missing the leg?
Let's not
in
look
the-
at. Let's not talk about it. No. Please, let's just go. Let's just go.
You missed much while sleeping, Thomas
God.
Detective Cross. We'll catch you up later.
No, no catching up. We just need
Detective
to go.
Cross, in the sense, it has no memory necessarily of what happened other than weird flashes, almost like a dream state, where he could somewhat imagine these proceedings, but clearly unable to understand and grasp the situation that he's currently in. and Arita seems to be still slightly out of her head, and Rhea Eves is bleeding from the hands pretty extensively. As you can see, bone on her knuckles where the skin has pulled back from the skull that she smashed with her bare knuckles. The dog sitting on the ground next to her, still with its tongue out, looking rather amused with himself. And
Herself.
Livia with herself. Petunia, that's going to be a constant area of enjoyance for me doing that incorrectly. And Livia is still in awe. And how would we like to proceed as a group? Actually,
There's been a lot of activity. I'm starting to eye that dog.
No.
What are you doing?
I'm hungry.
I'm gonna need.
No!
I'm gonna do it. Probably.
I'm gonna need.
I would very much like to
really
read soon,
I
please.
knew this was gonna happen, and I should have made a character sheet for the dog, and I did not. I'm gonna pretend the dog is me in this instance for the audience's sake.
Okay.
And can I have you roll your might, please?
Oh god.
Not Petunia.
Oh, you're fine.
3.
Okay, two turns.
Okay. Alara starts making his way almost without real understanding of what he's doing towards the dog cage, and his arm reaches out almost like it's extending a little bit past its length. It gets skinnier and reaches out, and a mouth starts to form on the palm of its hand, and growing teeth and moving up towards this, getting closer and closer to the dog.
Willpower.
But as the dog wakes up and begins barking uncontrollably at Alara, freaking out, knowing that doom may be at hand.
Can I use a plot point to get control over my arm?
What's that?
Can I use a plot point to get my control over my arm at the last second?
Describe it for me.
As I'm walking over, sort of right arm first, I'm not even looking in the right direction, and as I notice the mouth almost about to bark back at the dog that is barking at it, I grab it and step back and hope to God nobody saw that.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll charisma for me.
All right.
No, okay, no. If it wasn't luck, there's no chance. Okay, natural 20 on that. So as Alara grabs his arm and starts to pull it back, and he looks around hoping none of you saw it, every single one of you definitely just saw a mouth grow out of the front of his arm. The barking of Petunia definitely brings Rhea Eves a little bit more back into the moment. She reaches over and grabs the case of her dog.
What did you do?
Staring directly at Alara.
Is my cloak still in this room?
Your poncho?
Yeah, my poncho.
It's still on your back. You could just...
Yeah, I'm just gonna drape it over my arm and say nothing.
Okay, it's just... Pretend it wasn't there. Let's do the ostrich syndrome. That'll work. We definitely don't remember things in role-playing games.
Never.
Okay.
Okay, before he tries to do whatever he was trying to do to that dog, we should leave.
I'm with the...
Yes,
I'm with
let's
her.
Go. Let's go. Agreed.
We're
Okay.
all with Stinky.
Let's go.
The group begins making their way towards the giant hole in the building that was made earlier by Livia.
You're welcome.
I see you're holding a plot point.
Yes. This is literally, as we go in, no more than 20 seconds. See if I can strip anything, a wallet, anything from the PRS's corpse. The headless one, the commander.
So you want to see if you can strip something from him?
Yeah, just for information for later, but I'm not lingering. I just want it as much for any
So you just go in and you start taking stuff
Yeah.
off his body. Can you roll intellect for me?
sure thing.
Boom! Natural 20, and by that I mean I rolled a 1.
No twos.
Okay. So as the rest of the group moves towards the giant hole in the white room, Detective Cross reaches down and starts patting on the PRS commander, but unfortunately all he feels is clothes soaked in blood and makes a squishy sound as he pats around the body. And,
Still only the second most disgusting thing of the night.
and he takes his hands back off of and tries to wipe on his shirt, but realizes that's covered in vomit, and he just moves away. You did not find anything on the body upon looking.
Oh man.
The rest of the group starts to make their way out of the room, heading up towards the giant hole in the building. And as you start to climb up the embankment, because it is a little bit higher, it was the corner of a wall, you start to climb out the embankment. How do you guys do that?
How many ways are there to climb an embankment?
Well, I mean,
What does
some
it
of
look
you might
like?
not be able to do that very
I'm
well.
not very
How
strong.
steep are we talking?
Let's say 5 foot embankment, 5 feet high, and then kind of like a concrete. Her portals are very circular, almost always an oval shape, and you see an oval cutout that you could possibly climb up, go up that cutout, and now be outside.
Have you guys ever done heave-ho before as kids?
Yeah, I think I could probably climb up that.
Can you extend your arm a little further?
Actually, I'll climb up first. See if I can help them up.
Okay. So Alara, in this instance, climbs up the encampment first, and then I'm guessing you reach down.
Yes.
Okay. Can I have you roll for your power? And add a d12 to that, since you're using it out of combat.
Yep.
5.
That's with your d12?
Yeah.
Okay. Alara, making his way up to the top of the embankment, goes to reach out towards the other people in his group. Now, as the only person up there, as he reaches out, he sees his arms start to shrivel and get almost bone-like thin, losing some of its muscle composition.
What?
Plan B.
What?
I'm gonna do this. Just climb up, we'll boost.
How are you gonna get up?
We'll figure out a way, just one at a time.
All right. I'm not very strong, so you're gonna have to push me high.
Between the two of us, could we help them up pretty easily?
If I can lift her high enough just so that she can
I've got
reach
one
it.
hand that's not, a bone.
So you're saying Detective Cross climbs up?
Oh no, I'm going down and I'm boosting
Going
them
down
up.
and you're lifting up, and then
Yeah.
with one arm you pull up? All right, go ahead, and who would like to go first?
I'll go first, why not?
You're lifting
heaving.
them.
I don't know if I need to do might.
No, you won't need to do that, but who would like to be the first person to go up? You raise your hand here. So,
She's got
Livia, without asking the rest of the group whether or not she should, just pushes the other two girls out of the way and says, "I'm getting the fuck out of here," and steps up on Detective Cross's hand, and you lift, correct?
Yep.
Okay, Detective Cross, can you go ahead and roll a might for me?
Okay. With an action.
That wouldn't be an action. Just might.
Just might?
And a d12.
Okay. That is a critical failure.
Where'd you get?
It's a double ones.
Composure.
Oh no.
Composure. As
11.
Livia runs up towards Detective Cross, pushing the other two out of the way, very confidently saying, "I'm getting the fuck out of here," she slips and puts her body directly into, basically right around chest and stomach level, into Detective Cross's face, knocking him over, now laying on top of him, both of them at the bottom of the stairs. Detective Cross, take 1 hit of damage to your armor, please.
Uh-oh.
I'm really considering walking away right now.
Just climbed up myself.
Alara, looking around him, realizes that he has a clear shot if he makes a run for it. Decides that he might want to actually scope out whether or not he could run away. Do you do that, or do you stay?
I stay.
Okay. So Alara looks around him, realizes that there is an opening and he could take it, but he decides to stick his arm back out and remind them. Well, how do you remind them?
We need to get the hell out of here.
Trying.
Detective Cross, from underneath Livia.
Can I just try and climb without the boost?
Yeah.
Because I think I might do better than.
Okay. Livia, go ahead and roll a might for me, please.
Eight. Oh, I thought those were two.
Did you do that plus a d12?
Yeah.
So 8 total.
Yeah.
Okay, Livia lifts herself off of Detective Cross and starts trying to climb her way out without apologizing or saying anything else to him. She just moves on out of her on her merry way. Still not really checking with the rest of the group on whether or not they would need help or need anything else. Just keeps pushing forward, tries climbing up, but keeps slipping, unable to find proper footing on the concrete embankment.
It's very slippery.
What
on me.
That would be vomit.
Alara, can you try your arm again? Or is it just not cooperating?
I'm sorry, my arm. They're hungry. But I can.
Okay.
I can do my best with my left.
Detective, do you mind if we try giving me a boost? I'm sorry,
No, we got this. Just. All right, we got this.
all
Down with
right.
your legs.
Surely between the two of us, we could get 3 women up this wall.
Before you take
Why did you
another
say that
action, I
loud?
would like to ask Eve, what are you doing in this situation?
I'm still a bit in shock from everything that's gone on, but I am kind of trying to determine if I can just set the dog over and just pull myself up while they figure
Can you
out
go
their
ahead
stuff.
and roll might for me
Absolutely.
with the D12?
And a 6.
As she lifts the dog's cage up, I take a few
That's a
steps
10,
back.
10.
That's a 10?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
What's that?
16.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
So, in this situation, Rhea Eves, Miss Eves, does not trust handing off her dog to anyone, especially someone who just referred to their arm as they and had grown a mouth out of it.
Yeah.
And despite her hands being bloody and torn apart, reaches up very strongly and confidently, grabs onto the concrete, pulling herself up by one arm, climbs up the embankment, holding the dog in her other hand, and reaches her arm out to grab the next person.
Damn.
Who's up?
You're pretty cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and reach up and see if I can get help.
Would you like in this situation, for Reeves or Alara to be the person that helps you up?
Is there any rubble I could step on as a stool?
Roll that intellect.
What do we got here? What do we got? 12.
Luckily, by any self-esteem is long since gone.
12.
Okay. There is no rubble that you would be able to lift around you, and you definitely don't have time to go searching for anything outside of your immediate vicinity.
Hi. Can either of you give me a boost?
You know,
Would you like to grab you on that boost? Would you like Miss Eves
Miss
or
Eves. I'll definitely
Alara?
go with Miss
okay.
Eves.
So Alara realizes
Okay.
that given his
Covered in puke.
freakish appearance of his arm that everyone just witnessed, that he's feeling a little defeated and a little saddened by his inability to help, and that all these women are doing a really good job of taking care of themselves. He starts to stand up and walk away from the group with his head held low. Erida reaches up to Eves with the help of Detective Cross. We're not gonna, you just hold your dice for a second. In this situation, let's have Eves roll your might, please.
Absolutely.
Might plus a d12.
Yep, I got 10.
Okay. Cross starts to push up just a little bit, but before he can even add too much help, he notices that Erida is just quickly lifted up and pulled away without much help from him at all. And Eves pulls her up with one arm, still holding her dog carrier and the now calmer dog in her right arm.
Thank you.
Who's next?
You or me?
Go ahead.
Here we go again.
So Livia, in this instance, reaches her arms up, and the second she throws her arms up, everyone up top backs up a little bit, a little worried that something might pop out of them. But she's like, "No, we got this. We're cool. We're good. Yeah, we're good." And Eves reaches back down with her hand. Detective Cross, in this instance, not wanting to get boob-faced again, decides to just let her go on her merry way. Eve seems to be able to handle it plenty well on her own. Could you roll a might for me, please?
Absolutely. 15.
Oh, just 1 point of success there. Through much struggle, she's definitely getting tired in this situation, to, with all of her might, pull up Livia in this situation, getting her up on the embankment. Livia, upon getting up, looks around and just starts to walk in a direction. And what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to climb up just halfway so I can get to arm length from her, and then I'm gonna try to help her by climbing, but using her as a, if you don't mind, that is. Just
Yeah, I'll give you one arm.
So you're gonna try to climb up her arm?
No, I'm gonna just use her as like this a pivot point. Just use it as a.
Okay, you're still trying to climb. Okay, I'm gonna have both of you roll might for me.
Could have been intellect.
10. Again. Oh, luck.
4.
She got luck. Don't worry about it.
I think I got
Cross
you.
starts to get up, starts to make his way up the embankment, looks up at Eves, and basically tells her, I got this. I'm not completely useless. And right after he says that, he starts to slip, and Eves reaches down and grabs him by the collar of the back of his shirt and pulls him up much like a child or a small dog onto the ground, landing on his chest. Now the entire group is above ground.
You have vanquished the 5-foot wall.
We're all very short.
Okay, so now that we're somewhere, what can we see besides the field?
Can you all roll intellect for me?
14.
Critical fail.
8, 9, 18.
13.
All right. As the group looks around their surroundings, they are now on top of the rubble, and they have a little bit of a ways to make their way down. There are helicopters still hovering around you. Alara looks around, but consumed by the hunger that he feels, which this hunger, it's not the same hunger that you or I might feel. It's a hunger that kind of takes over his brain, continually sending the message, eat, 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 eat. He's unable to think about much of anything else and starts looking like he can't really control himself or these hunger urges. Who had the highest in that roll actually again? Erida looks around and realizes coming up the field there are 3 PRS soldiers and 1 PRS high-tech soldier moving up the embankment towards the 5 of you. Erida, given that you were the highest in that roll, how would you like to proceed?
Do I see any clearings for clear exits for us where we should run? Or is that
You are technically standing on top of a bunch of rubble outside
Okay.
in clear view of the helicopters.
Okay.
Now, luckily, in this moment, no one has fired upon you. But you might want to keep in mind, given that you are out in the open, that is of concern, and you have 4 soldiers working their way up the embankment. Your options are to go forward or to go back into the building.
All right. Extreme circumstances. I'm going to use a plot point.
How many plot points do you have?
I have 2 left. Is this gonna
You're
take-
probably going to want to use both.
Okay, I'm gonna
because
use 2 plot points.
These are very extreme circumstances where you should not be
Extreme.
able to get out of them.
I start clearing my head, thinking happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and I get into my bag and I grab all my water bottles and
Time
I
to drink.
I did not bring enough water
This
for
is the
this.
time to eat.
But let's see what happens. And I start opening my water bottles and I start calming myself, start making mist and steam.
Woman, whatever you're doing, stop.
And
Stop now.
as they're yelling at me, I start gushing steam towards the people in front of us, as well as up above. So I'm doing 2 clouds, going both ways, from all my water bottles, and I start to freak out and I'm losing control, so it's maybe
Okay.
hotter than intended.
As the soldiers start making their way up the embankment, Erida starts breathing this water almost as if it's almost as if as she takes a breath in, the water rises and converts itself into steam as it spreads out in front of her and above her, creating a giant steam hot cloud. And Erida looks almost as if she's glowing and angel-like. There's this feeling exuding out of her as the steam pushes in all directions. The soldiers get hit in the face with this hot steam. You hear a helicopter up ahead start to spin out of control. Erida, with all of her might while starting to shake, creates a small opening a little to the right of where the soldiers were standing. How do you proceed?
We should go.
Let's go.
Wow.
The group...
Go. I'm running out of water. I did not bring enough water bottles for this.
This is our only
actually,
opportunity.
could you go ahead and roll your power for me?
Yes. So that would be my D12 and my power D6.
Yes, go for that.
Do I add an action as well? Or
I'm
just
gonna say what you, the D12 will be the bonus from the plot points there.
8.
Total from both?
Yeah.
Okay. As she's sitting there telling you guys to run, because she only brought 2 water bottles with her, that's not nearly enough steam. Oh, 4. You had 4? Okay, 4. Because if there's 4 water bottles, still nearly not enough steam for her to hold out for too long. She's dispersing the molecules as far as she can between the agents in front of you, keeping them blinded and the helicopters up above. It is best that you all move extremely fast down the rubble. Could all of you roll a might for me, please?
Is this action or is it D12?
9.
This is going to be your might, so might plus a D12.
Might plus a D12.
9.
13.
11.
16. Yes. Almighty.
Okay. As you guys start running your way down the embankment, this is very, very loose terrain. Reeves is running down with a dog carrier and loafers, and though maybe really, really experienced in a fight, not necessarily the best at running down concrete embankments, trips and falls, and her dog rolls, the carrier rolls further down the embankment.
Not Tunes.
Livia, running down the hill, starts to fall and roll and just cries out a wee and continues moving on. Alara, also running down the hill, unable to control this insatiable urge, knows that he needs to head in a certain direction, but can feel nothing but the thought in his mind of eat, hunger, and stumbles and starts to fall down the embankment as well as Detective Cross starts to make his way down. Detective Cross, can you roll a might for me, please?
Sure.
Again.
Please. 9.
9? Still good enough. I'm going to say in this instance, given that Eves was kind of the leader, she would have run down first, and then Livia right behind her, close on her tail, and Cross, seeing Alara running in front of him and starting to stumble and fall down the hill, kind of grabs him from behind his shoulders and lifts him up and starts to carry him down the embankment with him. You guys start to hear above you as this is all happening, and you're falling and the dog is barking and you're grabbing him and running through the scene. You hear the screaming of soldiers, and you start to hear a helicopter up above's engine stall out and Erida, you have been rewarded another plot point. You have another plot point. Go ahead and just... I would recommend now is a good time to use it.
I would... Oh, jeez.
If you just use it, I've got
Alright, I'm
your
gonna
back.
use my plot point. Do I see any lakes or rivers or creeks?
At the...
Maybe do I have one?
Erida, seeing that her new friends maybe are starting to fall as they move their way down this embankment, she starts to feel very worried, and then when she starts to notice the small dog rolling its carrier down the hill, almost as if in slow motion, you see the little body of the dog very lifeless turning as it rolls its way down the hill. She pulls from an inner strength inside of her. Her eyes start to glow, and almost a radiating like waterfall comes from the atmosphere around her. She starts to breathe in the air. This is Idaho. The humidity level's pretty high. The air around her, an extreme burst of steam comes out, blinding all of the helicopters in the area, giving you extra time to escape. So I'm gonna have... Actually, you guys have rolled enough for that. Let's go ahead and have you roll for... Actually, I'm gonna have Eves. Can you roll a might for me? Alara, can you roll an intellect for me? And Lydia, can you roll a intellect for me as well?
I got 17.
I got 6.
14.
Okay. Eves, with the extra couple of seconds, manages to push herself up off the ground and moves her way towards her animal that she hears crying for help. This is something that drives her more than almost any human baby crying could ever possibly do so. And she quickly picks up her dog and makes her way down the hill. Livia now rolling somewhat excitedly just because it helps her forget about all the terrible things that are happening in the outside world. realizes in this instant as she starts to fall off path that this steam is hot and very uncomfortable, picks herself back up and starts to make her way down the hill. Alara starts losing his ability to speak correctly and starts foaming at the mouth. How would you like to proceed, Mr. Cross?
What the hell is going on? I'm gonna... How big is he? Except for his,
Well, now that his arm is nothing but basically bone, because it needs protein, the rest of his body is pretty slim, and he's in shape, but he is definitely not heavy and or muscular.
I'm gonna try to do as much of a fireman's carry as I can and start dragging him. It's like not full, lift up, but like as much weight as I can so I can control us moving.
Okay, can you roll your might for me, please?
I could try. Luck.
Woo! You are
right.
seriously the luckiest person.
Okay.
Pretty good number.
I think
Detective
my
Cross,
worst number.
moving his way down the hill, starts feeling Alara losing his breath. He looks over and notices foam moving out of his mouth. Alara tries to talk to him, but it just comes out as slurred. Eat, feed me. Cross picks him up and, almost feeling a rush of adrenaline, picks him up on his shoulder. And he feels inside him this great, almost sense of accomplishment. For not long ago, he was trapped in a wheelchair, and he is now carrying a man down the side of a mountain, and this adrenaline boost allows him to push his way through down to the bottom of the hill. Erida, now about exhausted from this, is able to push out the rest of the steam and start making her way behind the rest of the group down through the path she's created in the steam cloud. You guys are now all running away together as a group. Talk amongst yourselves.
We should get to my car. My Prius is just parked around. Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Okay.
Yep.
Eat.
Okay, that's not really what I would.
Maybe you should get the front seats. Just
That was really cool.
Can we
Behind
just
you,
get to
you
my car? Hurry, we gotta get to my
And
car.
a giant explosion as you're running down the hill. You still hear the screaming of soldiers from behind you.
Oh God.
Can I call an Uber?
Oh God. No. My car is just right around here. We gotta go. We gotta go back to my hotel room.
Okay.
Following the lady.
Can you go ahead and roll an intellect for me, please, Erida?
Yes, sir.
You know where your hotel room is.
What'd you get?
I'm really confused because I'm just in
No, what'd you
shock.
roll? Tell me what you rolled
Got a
first.
4.
You're fine.
Yay!
was that
The
two?
steam, as she starts to walk down, the steam almost without her awareness just moves out of its way to reveal in the distance the Prius, almost as like a beacon in the light, a lighthouse. The 5 of you make your way to the Prius. Can all of you roll intellect for me, please?
16. Oh.
9, 18.
5.
Okay.
Just beat you.
As they make their way toward the Prius, wait, could you one more time?
18.
16.
9.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. As you make your way towards the Prius, Detective Cross calls shotgun and hops into the passenger seat, but not before asking Erida to pop open the back of the Prius and throwing Alara into the back and taking the little thin grocery bag kind of holding thing and clicking it in place on top of Alara, shutting it nicely and closing him into the back of the vehicle as Lydia and Eves hop into the back of the car. And in that, Alara hops in the driver's seat and starts to pull away, driving out of the steam cloud. In the distance, you see fire, the screams start to reside, and you make your way back to hotel, and that will conclude the end of issue 1 of Vanquished.
We're alive!
We did it.
Despite the best efforts of every door we encountered.
And me
Can't
in
stop
general.
us, doors. Get out here.
And a 5-foot wall.
And
That was
walls
brutal.
and fences. No match for us.
So, guys, hope you had fun. That was fun. You guys survived. That was great. I would like to read off all of the donations we got during the show tonight to thank all of the people that supported us and gave you guys some awesome plot points that we got to use.
Thank you.
The story. I'm really glad they gave you that plot point of the steam because I was about to have the steam clear and see a couple of you on the ground and start shooting again, which would lead to a whole nother battle. So that was great.
Oh, thank God.
Now, as I read off those donations, I would like to start a vote in the chat if the mods could set it up. Option number 1 will be Detective Cross. Option number 2 will be Livia. Option number 3 will be Alara. Option number 4 will be Erida. And option number 5 will be Miss Eves. If you guys could please get that poll started and vote kindly. Everyone did an amazing job tonight. I will be rewarding my own event point after you guys vote. But go ahead and start voting for who had what you consider the play of the game tonight. So, while that's happening, I want to go ahead and read off all the donations we had coming in. Let's get this. Oh wow, this is a thank you guys. We have a lot to read.
Good.
Let's get this going. All right, Malhidel, $25, $5 to each character to get the game ready.
Thank you.
Medus Fatum, $25, 5 to Cross, Livia, Alara, Erida, and Ria. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's see, $25 from Alicus. Yay, Valiant Hype. Let's get Miss Rhea Eves closer to her first plot point. Hashtag whooshing. Negiyama, $50. Hashtag Satyr sends $10 to each character.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Raika, $25. Neonet would like to contribute to a plot point for AJ/Cross. Megalo Blazemon donated $20, 20 toward a plot point for Erida. Horizon Exec donated $100. Hashtag Horizon supports the meticulously prepared and wants to support Erida with a plot point.
Thank you.
That's hilarious.
Wilder 1251 donated $10, 10 to Scott Shukin. Hashtag Horizon. Verkajol donated $20. Whooshing for Livia. Hashtag Vanquished. Emergence Board Game donated $20. Miss Rhea Eves. Hashtag Get Wrecked.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton donated $30. Definitely wasn't Will. Says, I hear you need a little bit of help since Zach touched all your dice. A $5 to each and a $5 for Zach to hashtag do better.
Thank you.
Whoever said they were Will Wheaton. Supala donated $50 towards a plot point for Alara. Hashtag whooshing. I wouldn't say we're behind what Alara's doing, but he could definitely use the help. White Wabbit donated $10 towards Rhea's plot point. Welcome to the channel, Roslyn. DTD and Merrick donated $100. Erida plot point? Question mark?
Thank you.
T Down Under donated $10. Great new show. I think this will become my favorite thing on Twitch. Like all the characters, but going to give Erida some love. Hashtag whooshing.
Thank you.
Everybody loves Erida.
Sergeant Murphy donated, GY Sergeant Murphy donated $50. Here's a bit of contribution for Detective Cross. Hashtag Vanquished.
Yeah.
Kurt Cole donated $100 for Overlord. Thank you, Kurt. I got to use that. Supalot donated $20 for Alara. Hashtag whooshing. Apparently, he could really use it.
A lot of sympathy points over there.
Yeah.
Because you keep beating the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Lugerin donated $10.
That's true.
$10 towards a plot point for Alara. He's a poor boy in a strange place and needs all the help he can get. Hashtag Valiant. Hashtag Vanquish. Hashtag Don't Visigoth.
This is good.
Hey, work it, guys.
Lil Smurfy1 donated $50. Hashtag Aries since he is narrator. Hashtag Zach. Grading donated $25. Hashtag Livia with the boss move. Money towards that. A plot point. Hashtag Shiawase. Zakanan donated 6.666 to Zach from Zach. Love the new show. Hashtag GM. Vic the Bitter donated $25 for Livia because she needs a sense of family. Hashtag Mitsuama is pro family. The Petrichor donated $10. Great new show. Hashtag Livia. Hashtag Mitsuama. Celator donated $45. Hashtag Neonet would like to finish giving Overlord another point. We love chaos. These guys do chaos plenty well on their own. I mean, we had a fence. We had a couple doors.
Fences are very complicated.
A 5-foot embankment.
That wasn't just a fence.
I don't work out. I hang out in
barbed wire
libraries.
fence.
What do you want from us?
Tempest D donated $20 for AJ, Detective Cross, and Mr. Shadow. Hashtag no corp because I'm an idiot and haven't friggin' chosen yet. Danger Guy donated $10. I hope this will buy Erida a plot point. I also hope the computer reads this. Hashtag or dot bananas. Gaika donated $25. Hashtag Neonet would like to see another chat NPC. Hashtag Valiant. Hashtag Vanquished. The quietest little bucket donated $30. Alara, yo. Lugeron donated $30 towards a plot point for Erida. She needs to blow off more steam. Hashtag Valiant. Hashtag Vanquished. Hashtag Burn Baby Burn. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. For all the amount, even though you're not allowed to keep your plot points that you made today, the money that went towards the next plot point will apply next week. So if you're like $5 away from another plot point, next week, all you need is $5 to get another plot point for the audience. So we will keep track of that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and close the vote and see who wins an event point tonight. Now you're going to want to mark this on your character sheets that you get an event point in pencil. There is a spot for it on the first page.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys were really good at killing things, but really bad at normal stuff. That might actually be we might be able to validate that with story.
That aptly describes most comic book characters.
All right, Rhea Eves with the event point for tonight.
Thank you.
Making that child abuser wish he never ever would have been born.
That was awesome.
That was intense, and I am going to go ahead and award an event point to Alara for continuing to stand strong with a little baby arm, a broken arm, a mouth. You went through some shit tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and award you an event point for this episode, this issue. Now, because we passed 500 and actually got to 1K.
Oh, really?
We're going to do a giveaway for 2 subscribers. This is a subscriber-only giveaway. 2 subscribers to win a NPC slot in next week's episode. So now I have to figure out where you might end up, where 2 NPCs can show up.
Hopefully they won't meet Livia.
And hopefully they don't run into Eves and die a horrible death.
You're stabbing people with baby hands.
That was
At least they've got a face left after that.
I just want to say the blue ghost gives the most humane deaths of everyone so far.
Who's that?
The big blue ghost that shoots energy beam is like the most humane death.
Yeah, despite being probably one of the craziest characters, he
But you laughed at all the other deaths.
It was amusing.
Now, just to recap on what we've learned so far, a little bit, not too much. We might do a more depth recap on Rabbit Stew on Wednesday with Scott and I, where we will talk about the show in comic books at 1 p.m. PDT. We now know that a giant blue energy figure resides within Detective Cross, which may give him a little bit of a split personality disorder. We now know that Livia, and all we know about Livia is that she can shoot portals that seem to make things go places and other places. We know that Alara has basically a bloodshot arm, which can, from what we've seen, shapeshift a little bit, and absorb damage, but also be hungry and want to eat, which is really fucking weird. And Erida seems to be able to control water bottles and turn them into steam. And Miss Rhea Eves here seemed to be pretty unfazed by all of the damage she took, and also was able to take a horrible event that someone had caused on somebody and made them feel it again tenfold. Which is pretty fucking brutal, but it also seems that upon doing so, she mentioned that she felt all the feelings going through her and was in that moment the child being abused. That's fucking brutal, yo.
A little dark.
That's a really
little
dark
dark.
one. Yeah.
This show might get a little dark, but hopefully you guys had fun. Let us know what you thought about the show with hashtag Vanquished, and go follow at @hyper_RPG right now, because in a couple minutes we will be releasing the character sheets that were used on tonight's show on the Twitter page. Now these character sheets will adapt week to week. They will have different cues. Their powers, as they start to understand them, might start to grow, and yeah, so keep an eye on those. We'll be releasing those shortly. And I would also like to extend a fan art contest. And by next week's episode, and for those that don't know, if you watch our Twitter, you will see what our characters look like if you're looking for a reference point. We made sure we reached out to an artist who works with Harebrained Schemes. What was their name again?
Well,
Joel?
yeah, Joel.
Joel DeQ.
Joel, to do some character art for us. So those will be on the character sheets. You will get a good look at the characters. And next week we will let the chat decide on their favorite piece of fan art that came out of the week. Make sure you tag #Vanquished, and we will make sure that there is a pretty good giveaway for that. So the winners of the NPC giveaway are Geek40 and Reaper X Fish.
Nice. Congratulations.
So did you message them? Can you message them, and we will start communication with you guys and let you pick whether or not you want your NPC to be named after you, because I don't know how I'm going to spin that, or if you would like a different name, and we can run with that. But don't be afraid if you want to use Reaper X Fish. No,
That sounds like a super villain name right there.
a super villain.
I'm the Reaper Fish.
And guys, this is the Valiant Universe. Scott and I did shoot a video that I have not had time to edit because we are extremely busy, but we did shoot a video that explains the beginning of the Valiant Universe for you. Keep in mind, these characters are in their beginning stages. They don't know much about this universe, but as they grow, you can rest assured knowing that more of the Valiant Universe will show up in this story, and there are many different ways that we could take this depending on how our players decide to push the action. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. How many, did we get any subscribers or followers during that show? 2 subscribers and a bunch of followers. Okay. Thank you guys so much for that. And that's it. That's all we got for the night. Enjoy the rebroadcast, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Rabbit Stew. And then after that, we've got Grab Bag with Malika. And then after that, we have a really, really special stream of Streamline, where we'll be testing out the new Streamote interface, where you guys will be able to play with us in chat. We have 30 keys to give away. If you are a member on Discord, keep a lookout tonight in the games section, where we'll be giving away free keys to that game so you can play with us tomorrow night while we test out their system. Thanks so much, guys. Say goodbye.
Bye.